What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch along today. Oh, it is the big one, people. Manchester United against Arsenal from Old Trafford. Massive game for me personally, one of my favourite games in the Premier League season, being an Arsenal fan from the rivalry from back in the day. Massive game, excited but nervous, looking forward to the game, and big up to all of the C-Unit community for tuning in today. Really appreciate it. I'm really excited for the game. We've got about 45 minutes, just over 45 minutes until kickoff. Lots of build-up and lots to talk about. We've already gone into Edu mode, which is what I'm calling it now, after he spent most of the last 6 weeks of the transfer window with toes in his mouth rather than signing players. So it is what it is. Big up to everyone in the comments. Big up the C-Unit gang. Big up to everyone tuned in on Twitch. Everyone tuned in on YouTube. Really appreciate it. Big up to everyone. Looking forward to this game. And listen, it's going to be a big one. Appreciate everyone who tuned in for the preview yesterday with Saeed. Appreciate him coming on. It was rather respectful and polite. And listen, today it's gonna be vibes. It's gonna be scenes, and I cannot wait for this game, people. Man United and North London derby games make me most nervous, 100%. Big up my brother Broads in the chat. United are our real rivals. Come on, you Gunners. I've got to be honest, and I don't know what you guys think about this. Some people say this is a little bit controversial. Arsenal v Man United, for me, just me personally, not everyone will agree. Arsenal versus Man United, I think that game is bigger to me than Arsenal versus Tottenham. And not everyone will agree with that. And I understand. Tottenham are the North London derby rivals. And I think for me, growing up outside of London and the fact that Tottenham, when I was growing up, were not that good, I always felt like Manchester United were the biggest rivals for me. Not everyone's going to agree with that. But for me, United for me is the biggest because we were neck and neck at the top, you know, growing up. Spurs were mid-table donnies, man. So I have to admit, having moved down south, you know, being around London, I can see the rivalry is a lot deeper. But, you know, I suppose I looked at them as some mid-table dons growing up, so they didn't really bother me that much. So, yeah, I was interested to see what you said in the comments. Most of you agree, some of you saying no chance. I do understand it. Keane v Vieira, you know, Van Nistelrooy, Henry, you know, I wasn't too bothered about Pavlyuchenko and these donnies that Tottenham had, but maybe living in London, maybe it was different for a lot of people. Fabio said, true, it's a genuine rivalry. Twanzebe BFC, man. Snake Eyes, big up, bro. Said, I agree, Big C. Back in the day, it was a fight back in the day. Like I said, people, for me, growing up in school, there were two shirts that if you wore them in school, you were top don, people. If you had Ian Wright, JVC, number 8 on the back, forget about it. Top dog. The only other shirt that could compete with that, number 7, Manchester United, the collar turned up, Eric Cantona. Apart from that, there was no talk. They were top dogs. Gorav's fuming because Chelsea fans hate it when you talk about back in the day because, you know, they were, I don't know what was going off at Stamford Bridge them times. But, yeah, I respect it. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Arsenal United was always the biggest game. And listen, I know it is History Channel settings, but we have to cling to the positives, people. Hopefully it will become a massive game back in the day. In the future, should I say, not just back in the day. Before we get into today's video, couple of things that I have to shout out before we get into today's video. Today, people, I'm giving us a massive target. I'm looking for 3,000 likes. This is one of the biggest games of the season. This is absolute vibes. I'm looking for 3,000 likes today. I'm leaning on the community. We're looking for 3,000 likes today. Lick down that like button. Second of all, today's video sponsored by OneFootball. Link in the description below. QR code will be in that top corner until kickoff. Take a picture of it, download it, bang, bish, bash, bosh. And you've got the app downloaded completely free and one of the biggest and best football apps out there. The third one, people, Football Content Awards voting closes tonight at midnight. If you haven't voted already, get voting. And that's not just if you're voting for me, whoever you like, whichever channel you want to support. You know, give them something back and vote for them. It will take you 60 seconds and it means a lot to the channel, whichever channel who wins. Obviously, we won last year. It'll be great to win again this year. 3 categories. It's all in the description. Click the link, get on there, get voting, and support Curtis Shaw TV. Great community. And as I said, even if you look at some of the categories and you're voting other people, give them your support and vote whoever you want in those categories. We're up for 3 nominations, and it'd be much appreciated if you could vote. And if you have already, thank you very much, people. Right, let's concentrate. Arsenal against Manchester United, Old Trafford, 4:30 kickoff, huge game. Let's talk about the teams. Arsenal, let's start with Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale starts in goal, no problems. He trained yesterday, he starts. I know the QR code's covering it, but he's there. Ramsdale's there, people. Let's do the Arsenal team. Ramsdale in goal, Ben White at right back, Saliba and Gabriel at centre back. The headline news for Arsenal: Zinchenko is fit. He comes straight back in for Kieran Tierney. That is a surprise for me for 2 reasons. Number 1, we didn't think Zinchenko would be fit. And number 2, even if he was fit, I wasn't sure whether Zinchenko would come straight back in for Tierney. Tierney has played very well. That to me, I don't know what anybody else thinks, that to me tells me that Zinchenko is our number 1 left back at the moment. And he's been fantastic. And I think his quality on the ball is what has edged it for him today. Xhaka and Lokonga in the middle. I mean, listen, those 2 are seriously going to have to perform today if we are going to win this game. They have to perform. We know that midfield was going to be the weakness. No Thomas Partey. There was a report today that Thomas Partey trained today with the ball as well. So it looks as if that is only a short-term injury rather than a long-term one. So hopefully he should be available soon. The next bit of headline news: Captain Martin Odegaard is fit. He trained yesterday as well. He travelled. He starts. He needs to turn up. These are the games where I sort of questioned not Kieran Tierney, Martin Odegaard. Can he mix it when it gets physical? Big away game. He did score against Manchester United last year, so hopefully he can perform. Big up Sheets of Metal with the super chat who said, come on, let's go. 100%, my bro. Saka, Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus is the front 3. At the moment, I would say it picks itself. Martinelli for me, against Aston Villa, that was his best performance of the season. And, yep, George, you can, by the way. Martinelli, that was his best performance of the season. Saka, I think, is playing... He's dangerous, but he's not getting enough end product. Today is a day. Let's get the end product from Bukayo Saka. Strong team. We're strong. We can beat them. That midfield is going to be difficult. But I think Zinchenko, that ability to step into midfield and help Lokonga and Xhaka will be instrumental, people. And I'm so happy that Zinchenko returns to the team and that Ramsdale and Martin Odegaard are available. Let's talk about the Manchester United team, people. Couple of changes for them. Their team: De Gea in goal, Dalot at right back, Malacia at left back, Lisandro Martinez and Varane at centre back. Lisandro, of course, who was linked with a move to Arsenal but didn't get the move. He was criticised at the start for being too small. Then he had 2 man of the matches in a row, and he's looked good since. We need to trouble him today, and hopefully we can get around him and make life difficult. McTominay and Eriksen is the double pivot. I genuinely thought Casemiro would start today ahead of McTominay, but he stuck with him. For me personally, I think that's good news for Arsenal. I was a little bit concerned about Casemiro starting centre mid. United have started McTominay. McTominay is somebody that I think can be exposed if we get on the ball and get around him. Bruno continues in the 10. I believe he's captain. Sancho on the left. Anthony starts on the right. 100 million euros. Right winger. Trained the last couple of days. He starts for United ahead of Anthony Elanga. Elanga, for me, has not been great for United the last few games when he started, although he is lively. Anthony comes in for his debut, and that is a big test for Zinchenko at left back. Very tricky winger. How will he adjust to the Premier League? And Marcus Rashford carries on up front. Some people were saying Ronaldo might come back in. I think Ten Hag simply wants a front 3 that can press. And in that case, Ronaldo is not going to be at the forefront of his team. So Rashford continues. Big up FaZe. He said, all the best, Curtis. May the best team win. For real. It's one of them. May the best team win. And the best team will win in the end, I believe. Yes, people saying condolences for Sidon. Leicester losing 4-2 to Brighton, and bottom of the league, Leicester, as things stand. Absolutely crazy. Trossard absolutely balling. Just want to say, before we get into this game, I think Graham Potter is genuinely one of the best managers in the Premier League outside of the big boys at the big clubs. You look at that Brighton team, they don't spend a lot of money. They've sold Cucurella, sold Mopé, sold Basuma, sold Ben White. They just shrugged it off, kept going. They play fantastic football. And, I've said before, if his name was Grimaldo Potterino and he was from the favelas of Brazil, he'd probably be, I don't know, the Tottenham manager or the Man United manager or the Arsenal manager. Because his name's Graham Potter and he's English and he's not glamorous, he doesn't get a big job. But I genuinely think he's doing a fantastic job at Brighton. They play superb football, they really do, and they're battering Leicester today. Ellie Jordan said, just recently introduced to your channel, didn't realise Jay Holiday was a Gooner. Oh my, yo, I must call him man Jay Holiday. Big up, big up. Them old school tunes there, Big up Ellie Jordan, welcome to the community. Make sure you hit the likes, people. We're looking 3,000 likes today for sure. 6 Champions League winners. Could Potter get the England job? I could see that. He just strikes me, though, as a coach who wants to coach every day. Probably wants to be a club manager rather than an England manager. But he'd probably take the job if he was offered it. But definitely a top manager. And Trossard, for me, he's a player that I'm surprised. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. And they've scored again. Free kick, McAllister. I ain't talking about Kevin McAllister out of Home Alone. 25 yards out, top corner. Leicester losing 5-2. Grimaldo Potterino, I'm telling you, change your name, bro. You'll end up at one of the big clubs because this guy is a joke. That goal, this guy had a goal disallowed earlier in the game, one of the best goals of the season. I mean, look at that free kick. That's prime David Beckham. That's absolutely outrageous. Wow, get your money on Brendan Rodgers. Don't think he will be in management for much longer. Oh, my days. Look at that goal. Wow. Brighton are a joke, people. Leicester in the mud. Yuri Tielemans, free him. Anyway, let's focus on big boy business. No disrespect, Brighton, but, we got big things we have to discuss it. We've got about 35 minutes until the game kicks off. I thought this was an interesting story to bring up. And I'm sorry to go over transfers again because we're all a little bit hurt and disappointed by what happened or didn't happen on deadline day, or as Arsenal call it, Thursday. But I thought this was a really interesting story that has leaked today. Arsenal made a £26 million bid on deadline day for Ferran Torres from Barcelona. Now, the interesting thing about this, people, apparently Barcelona were willing to accept the offer due to the fact that they'd given Ousmane Dembele a massive contract and they'd also bought Rafinha in as well, as Lewandowski and Memphis Depay was willing to stay. Now, it's strange because apparently Barcelona paid 47 million to sign him from Manchester City, but it was believed that because of their financial issues and the fact that that payment to Manchester City was spread over a number of years, if Arsenal were willing to pay the majority of the money up front, they were willing to accept it. Apparently the decision was put to Xavi, and Xavi rejected it as he's a young player, Spanish. He didn't want to let him go. This is coming out of the Daily Mail, which isn't always the most reliable, but a number of different outlets are saying this is a fact. It's actually coming out of Spain as well, that Arsenal made an offer. So interesting that Arsenal, it did look as though we were only going for a centre midfielder. It looks as if we did make an offer for a winger on deadline day, and Barcelona were prepared to accept it. However, what does that mean to Arsenal fans right now? Very little. We made an offer. It was rejected. It means nothing, But would you have been happy with Ferran Torres to Arsenal? I have to admit, listen, as I always say, people, beggars can't be choosers. If we'd have got him, I would have been reasonably happy with it. He did look good at City, and obviously I'm sure Arteta would have known him from City. So, yeah, interesting that Ferran Torres, £26 million offer rejected by Arsenal on deadline day, accepted by the club, but rejected by Xavi. Seems a little bit intriguing to me that a £47 million signing, they were willing to sell him for 26 million. You know, not sure that story is 100%, but we'll have to see. Big up Gooner8 who said, lit the likes, people. Lakitas said, greetings from Argentina. Go Arsenal. My dream is going to the Emirates Stadium one day. I love you guys. I'm a gunner. Big up yourself. Hopefully you can get over here one day. And they are painting the Emirates at the moment as well. I don't know if any of you follow me on social media. I did put up the picture of the brand new badge that they've put up on the ground now. With all the gold around it. Big up McLovin as well, who said, Man City, listen, bad result for you yesterday, actually, drawing with Villa. But I'm sure you'll be an Arsenal fan today, as we're playing Man United. Let me show you the subs bench, because, again, I haven't edited yet and taken off the last 5 results, so apologies. Let me show you the bench. There's Martin Odegaard, Arsenal playing in their away kit today, which is why I've thrown the away kit on. This is the Arsenal bench, and again, my apologies. It's not a great bench. I wish it was, but there's a couple of options. But anyway, let's get into it. Matt Turner, Tomiyasu, Cedric, Holding, Tierney, Smith Rowe, Vieira, Marquinhos, and Eddie Nketiah on the bench. No Mohamed El Neni, of course. No Thomas Partey. I suppose if you're making 5 subs there, if you're chasing the game, Smith Rowe, Vieira, Marquinhos, a bit of a wild card. You can throw Eddie on. He's not bad off the bench at times. For me, it's still not a great bench. It's still not the kind of bench that I would have liked to have seen at Old Trafford. It's meaty for me. I think that's 2 good players short of the kind of bench that I would have liked to have seen. Of course, Partey and El Neni to come back. But yeah, certainly there's still a little bit of disappointment we didn't sign a player or 2 on deadline day. But let's hope that we can survive until the next deadline in January. Black Cobra, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. Member stream will be on Tuesday, people. Member stream will be on Tuesday. So get yourself locked in for that one and give me your opinions. Obviously, we'll have a lot to talk about regarding the game today and the transfer window. Big up to Alfred, who said, if you had association with Manchester City, Arsenal wants you. Pablo Mari Torres, yeah. Douglas Luiz, Manchester City. You know, Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus. We love a player linked with City now, but I don't mind. As long as, well, not Pablo Mari, but I'll take, you know, the Zinchenkos and Gabriel Jesus. Gunatarb said that's a decent bench. Big up to you, bro. I appreciate the edits that you've sent of some of the pre-recorded videos on YouTube. So big up. Don Arsenal said, Curtis, why is it you go on stadium tour and ask you to pay for pictures when they chuck it anyway if you decide not to buy? Well, that's the game, innit? You know, they know that if you don't pay for it and they give it you, you're never going to pay for it. So I suppose it's business. They'll force you to buy it, really. Sheets of Metal said Aston Villa were robbed. It should have been 2-1 to Villa. That linesman screwed up, which shows how incompetent referees are. I mean, one thing I will say, VAR in the Premier League is up there for the worst that I've seen anywhere in world football. It's an absolute shambles. West Ham should have got a point against Chelsea yesterday. For me, that's not a foul. There's minimal contact. I don't think the goalkeeper saves it anyway. Shambolic decision. You know, late equaliser for West Ham. That's 2 points dropped for Chelsea. Shocking. You look at the Newcastle game against Palace. Shocking decision. Player was pushed and a free kick was given against him. Coutinho scores yesterday. Not offside. Offside is given. I don't understand why VAR is so difficult to operate in this country. And I have to admit, anybody that's been to watch a game in the Premier League since VAR has been introduced in this country, I can tell you now, it is not the same watching football in England anymore. Because when your team scores, you don't celebrate properly because you expect an offside or a free kick to be given. Unless it's a 25-yarder and you know that he's onside and he's just slapped it top corner. It's a joke in this country at the moment. And like Jamal saying, the Van Dijk decision. You know, he studs a player on the side of his ankle, doesn't get the ball, and he gets a yellow card. Could have broke his leg. VAR and refereeing in the Premier League is at an all-time low, in my opinion. It's an absolute shambles. And I genuinely think that the Premier League needs to look at bringing referees in from outside of England, because clearly we're not producing good enough ones in this country. And VAR is just... I don't know. I don't know what's going off with VAR, but it's embarrassing. Let's look at the Manchester United bench as well. I got to admit, they've got a stronger bench than us, if we're being honest. Dubravka, who they signed from Newcastle on deadline day, and Heaton, they've got 2 goalkeepers. Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Fred, Elanga, and Ronaldo. I mean, when you look at their bench, I think Lindelof was 35 mil. Maguire was, 75 mil. Luke Shaw was about 30 mil. Casemiro, 60 mil. Fred, 50 mil. Ronaldo, 20 mil, 500 grand a week. You're looking at, 2 to 250 million pounds on the bench today. I think that is an indication of their financial power and financial muscle. I'm sure Ronaldo is... eager to come off the bench and prove himself. He's probably absolutely fuming that he's on the bench for a game like this. I'm very surprised that Casemiro. I'm very surprised that Casemiro didn't start today. I've got to be honest. McLovin said, "Why is Miro on the bench?" I thought he would start ahead of McTominay, but I'm happy with that. Tane said, "Big C. What about former pro players?" Yeah, I think you need players that understand the game. So, yeah, I would have no problem. Put former pros on VAR. 88LSK said, "I've voted. Big up C-Unit. Appreciate that. We're looking for 3,000 likes today as well, people." Nimbo said, "Why can't the Premier League hire non-English refs?" I think they need to. I really think they need to. Niall said, "Come on, Curtis, legend." Appreciate that, brother. Jeremy, Casemiro ain't a Ten Hag player, hence the bench. Do you think that's a club signing? Said yesterday and before with Nottingham Forest. I don't think the manager of Nottingham Forest signed half of them players. I think he was given them by the chairman, and I think that's reflecting from their performances. Michelle, thank you for the super chat. Said, "Watching from Miami. Glad to see Zinni and Odegaard. Been a fan of Arsenal since I met Henry when I was 6. 2-0 to Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Big up, big up, big up." And yeah, Thierry, listen, most Arsenal fans are Arsenal fans because of certain players, and Thierry's probably the biggest player that has created so many Arsenal fans. What a player. In my opinion, the greatest in our history. Patrick Linley, thank you very much for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. Big up to Snake Eyes for becoming a member. I know you were a member before anyway. Hope to see some of the members in the member stream on Tuesday. We'll do that in the afternoon. And we're going to have a lot to talk about with the transfer window and today's game. Anyway, still got 25 minutes until kickoff. Shortines says Mukhtar. Let's hope so. The thing is, the only thing with us, we haven't got necessarily a lot of height in our attack. You know, I think it was Danny Welbeck who bullied him for Brighton and Ivan Toney who bullied him for Brentford. Both those guys a little bit bigger. He seems to struggle in the air when it's a bit of a physical battle, but I still think you've got to move him and get around him. FaZe said, Ten Hag on Casemiro being on the bench. He's new in the team. He has to adapt to the team. He has to get used to my way of playing football. The other thing, Scott McTominay is playing really well. Listen, Ten Hag has managed Anthony before. He's tried and tested. He knows what he's got to offer. So he's always going to be in favour of bringing him into the team quicker than Casemiro, especially if he clearly likes McTominay. So it's interesting. Personally, as an Arsenal fan, I'm delighted that McTominay plays ahead of Casemiro because I don't particularly rate him. Standard Master said, Ivan Toney to the World Cup. That's a good shout, you know. Hasn't played international football yet. Not a great deal of quality English strikers at the moment outside of Harry Kane. So, yeah, I think Ivan Toney would have a chance. Snake Eye said, just updated my card. No problem, bro. Appreciate the support as always. YT Alpha, Toney to Arsenal. I think someone like him would have been an ideal Plan B striker for Arsenal. Could even play in a 2 with Gabriel Jesus. The only thing is he would cost a lot of money. And would he want to come and play backup somewhere? But yeah, I would have took him. I would have definitely took him. LS, no ripping that black shirt if we don't win. Nah, this shirt's too nice, man. Family podcast. Ivan Toney is looking great this season. Be interesting to see if he stays next summer. I think somebody will come from him. Would you take Mitrovic, someone said, as a backup? I would. I saw enough of Mitrovic in the last season or two to see that there's a great hold-up player there, and I thought he played really well against Arsenal. He'd be a good option off the bench. Marshall said, man like Big C, a legend of the YouTube streets. Hey, I appreciate it, man. And as I always say, the community makes the channel what it is. Over 40 of you watching on Twitch, big up to you. Over 2,500 of you watching on YouTube. Lick down that like button. Download OneFootball, link in the description. QR code in the top right-hand corner. And get voting, link in the description. Football Content Awards voting closes today at 12 o'clock. If you could vote, it would be much appreciated. OGD Bank said 3-point collecting. Big C, shout out Young Cruz. Big up Cruz. He won a tournament this morning, actually. Scored the winning goal in the final. So it's been a great day so far. Big up to Cruz. Well done. And hopefully, Arsenal can win this game today and complete it. Smirky said Jesus for a hat-trick. Oh, man. If he scores a hat-trick today, I think I'll be having an absolute meltdown on the channel, people. I'll go to the Emirates tomorrow and get his name printed on 1 or 2 shirts. He would deserve that. Let's have a look at the Premier League table, people. 20 minutes until kickoff. Big game. Arsenal will remain top of the league no matter the result today. Manchester City dropped points yesterday. Tottenham, of course, won, but they have drawn 2 games. City, 20 goals scored in 6 games, 6 conceded. Arsenal, the only team in the Premiership to have won 5 out of 5. A victory today would create a nice gap. We would be 9 points clear of Manchester United if we were to beat them today. On the flip side, obviously, United on 9 points. If they were to win, they would be only 3 points behind us after a terrible first couple of games, the way they started the season. So this is a huge game. And I've said it many times, and I don't want to come across as negative. A draw would not be the worst result for Arsenal. However, with the fact that Ramsdale is fit, that Odegaard is fit, that Zinchenko returns, I genuinely think Arsenal have a massive opportunity to go and beat this Manchester United team. As much as Manchester United have won their last 3 games, I think outside of that Liverpool game, they haven't played particularly well this season, and they look like they can be got at. And with McTominay and players like that, I still think they have weaknesses in this team that we can expose. However, we know that our midfield is not at 100%, so it's going to depend on who deals with those weaknesses best. Jose, thank you for the super chat. Hope Sambi don't become the next Chuckle brother. He needs to perform today. They called him a young Yaya Toure. I need to start seeing it. He played well in the week. These are the games where it's almost, let's see how good you really are. So hopefully you can turn up. And Ketia's lawyer, we need to see this side trounce a big team for once this season. A win would give a psychological boost for a team as young as ours. Totally agree, especially away from home. Last year, of course, we went to Chelsea and beat them at the back end of last season. But that was after a shocking run of form. It was almost like we can perform when nobody expects us to perform. You've got to perform when people are looking at you and saying, okay, you've won 5 out of 5. Now we're all watching you. Let's see how you can deal with it. Let's see how you can deal with the pressure. And I think Arsenal today would send out a big signal to everybody that this ain't no fluke, this 5 out of 5. We've gone to United and beat them in their own backyard. It'll be a tough game. Let's make no mistake. They beat Liverpool at home. We also have to take a little bit of, what shall I say, hope from the fact that we saw Brighton come here and bop them. Ziggy said the internet is waiting for us to lose. Come on, you Gunners. 3-1 to the Arsenal. A Jesus brace and Saka. Let's do this. Listen, we know we're not the media lovey-doveys. As I always say, the media love Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester United. They don't love us, in my opinion, but we don't need them to love us. We look after ourselves as Gunners, the fan base and the club. Let's make sure we win the game, handle business. Let's not worry what they have to say on TalkSport and Sky Sports. But I hear you. Carl said, big up Curtis. I watched all the adverts. Every little helps to grow the channel. Listen, I appreciate it. Every single one of you, that tunes in and watches, likes the videos. If you're a member, if you get, you vote or you download OneFootball. These are all the ways that you can support the channel. If you do any one of them, I appreciate it. As I always say, there's nothing more important than time. If you give up your time to support this channel, then I have to say thank you to each and every one of you. Nicholas said, good day from Australia. Good day, mate. Big C, it's 1 a.m. here, and I start a new job tomorrow, but I'm trying to stay awake. Listen, let's hope it's worth you staying awake, Nicholas. I don't want to go to your new job tired. I always think if you stay up late and something good happens, that tiredness doesn't affect you. You're rolling the next morning is fine. If things go bad, you feel the tiredness a lot more. So let's hope we get the win. Robin said, love the streams, Big C. I appreciate that. Gunnar 8, celebrate good times. Come on. Hey, the celebration police. I wonder if they'll allow us to celebrate if we win today, or should we just walk off the pitch quietly and not say anything? Don't you worry about that. We beat these lot today. We'll be celebrating shamelessly, people. I don't care what anyone has to say. Henok said it's 3:15 in New Zealand. Amazing commitment from all of the fan base. As I said, I think it was the first pre-season game when we played in Baltimore, and I had to stay up for like 1 a.m. for the kickoff and do the live stream. The first thing I was saying is, I don't know how a lot of you from around the world managed to stay up at these late times to watch Arsenal, because I was so tired watching. They were literally draining me. So your support is unbelievable. Gunnar Greg, Jesus is 4-1 to score at any time. Listen, if you like a bet, and I'm not encouraging anyone to bet, of course. I don't want you to lose your money. But that's not bad. That is not bad at 4-1. That is for sure. 15 minutes till kickoff, people. Starting to liven up now. Big game. The social media derby, as they call it. Arsenal and Manchester United, Old Trafford, OT, OT. There's never much love when we go OT. That's what Drake famously said. But we need to get some love at OT today, I tell you that much, and roll them over. The Wi-Fi doesn't work. The roof is leaking. Let's add to their woes this afternoon, people. Ali Jason said, big up Big C. Ali Jason, new account. Cookie United will crumble if we score first. Big up to you for the support and the donation. I think if United concede, their heads will drop. Listen, they still have a lot of quality. The thing with Manchester United that they've always had is they've got bags of individual brilliance. Rashford was superb against Liverpool. Sancho is in a decent run of form. Anthony, I'm sure a lot of you have seen him on YouTube and his skill highlights. He's a bag of tricks. How's he going to adjust today? We don't know. United have individual brilliance. Ronaldo on the bench. How many teams in world football can have Ronaldo and Casemiro on the bench? It tells you about the strength and depth that United have. Anthony Martial, not even in the squad. But what we have at the moment, I feel, over United is that collective that I think we're further down the line of the process than United are. We have a way of playing, an understanding of what the manager wants, and a collective unity. And I've got a hope that that's what carries us through this game today. It's going to be a big game for Gabriel Jesus. Saka needs to perform. Malacia is very lively at left back, and it'll be interesting how much will Sancho want to track back and help Malacia. How much will Anthony want to track back and help Dalot against Martinelli? For me, those are the areas that we can expose them. Also, I would say Martin Odegaard in that number 10 role up against Scott McTominay, I think is another area that we can cause them problems. Wills O'Regan said, said, Zinni is a great player. He's absolutely class. 2-0 to Arsenal. Come on, let's hope so. Mr. Gunner said, do you think fans going full Edu out if we lose? I think he's put a lot of pressure on himself with the way that transfer window ended. Is it all his fault? We'll never know, because Josh could have said, you've only got 25 mil. Maybe we needed 30 mil, 40 mil to get Douglas Luiz or Ferran Torres. But they seem to be blaming him at the moment. Shaquille said, I feel a win coming. Come on, you Gunners. Let's be brave and play them off the park. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big game today, because on one hand, we don't have the best of records at Old Trafford, which is why, the Drake reference about OT. But at the same time, we're top. We've won every game. We should be coming in with our heads high and our chest out saying, listen, we can beat this team. Yeah, Lisandro's looked good the last 3 games, but let's remember how bad he looked in the first 2 games. Scott McTominay in midfield. For me, he's no better than Lokonga and players like that. In fact, Lokonga's got room to sort of prove that he can be better than him. So listen, let's go there. Let's prove it. Let's get at them, but also be smart. They do try and hit you on the break. And one thing's for sure, Manchester United have a lot of pace in that front three. It's going to be a difficult game. Snake Eye said, this is Arsenal. It's a shame how this window ended. I thought that the opportunity to add a good player to this squad would have given the whole fan base and the players a massive lift. I think seeing a Douglas Luiz or a Ferran Torres come through the door, even if they were on the bench today, I think would have been a massive lift for this football club. And I think it is a real shame. But we are where we are. We have to deal with it. And this team have to show something today. And show people with a real deal. This 5 wins weren't no blip. I'm going to put up a little poll. What's the result for Arsenal today? And see what you think just before kickoff. What's the result for Arsenal today? Just win, lose or draw. What do you think? Are you confident? I think there's mixed feeling about this game today. I've got to be honest, from the people on Twitter, Instagram and social media. I think people think we can win, but they're also mindful of the fact that United have a lot of dangerous players. John Bamford said Arsenal have won their first 5 games, but they have yet to play a team that is currently higher than 10th in the table. That's very interesting. Yeah, spot on. So effectively, we haven't played any of the teams that are in great form. In fact, the highest team we've beaten is Fulham, who are 10th. So, yeah, you make a great point there. But United have only scored 5 in 5. They've looked defensively more solid, but certainly not great going forward yet. Paim said more polls than a strip club, people. Midnight Moon said nice 2-1 to Arsenal today. My opinion has changed 3 times. I predicted 2-1. Then when I thought we had injury problems, I went back down to 1-1. Now I've seen Odegaard, Ramsdale and Zinchenko are back. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Arsenal, people. I'm going to go for it. I think United can be got at. And I think we can beat them. And I think if we score first, the fact they're still singing Glazers out and all those kind of things, I think we can get at them. I honestly thought Casemiro would start in midfield and bully our midfield. I'm genuinely shocked that they've gone for McTominay ahead of Casemiro. I really am. Ish said 2-0 to the Gunners. Big up Cruz and Rico watching the game as well. Big up Cruz and Rico watching the game. Big up Tay watching the game as well. Hopefully we get 3 points today. Hopefully we stay top of the league and you'll have bragging rights at school tomorrow, because you know what it's like in the school days, man. You want to make sure your team is high flying. Come on, you Gunners, said Jesus hat-trick. Tookie said, my concern is that no matter how bad United are, we really turn them over at Old Trafford. It's true. Last season, that was one of the worst United teams, and we got beat 3-2, was it? Ronaldo scored 2. I just think this season, what's giving me the extra hope and optimism is how good we are defensively this year. We didn't have Saliba last year. And he makes all the difference for me. I was saying... Saliba, for me, when you look at the fact Fofana has just gone for £70 million, I think Saliba is slightly ahead of Fofana. Fofana's not in the French squad, Saliba is. Saliba got Young Player of the Year in France. He got in the Team of the Season. He's in the French squad. If Fofana's worth 70 million in this market, for me, Saliba's worth more than that. And the fact he plays for Arsenal as well. So you're talking about... a £75 million centre-back, in my opinion, if you were to go and buy him. So that gives me a lot of optimism. However, the one thing that is going to have to work today is this Arsenal midfield. There's no doubt, as an Arsenal fan, I'm optimistic, but also not delusional. our midfield is not that strong today. Sambi Lokonga and Xhaka, United will look at that as that can be targeted. The one thing that gives me the little bit of hope and optimism that we can get away with it is the fact Zinchenko will drop into that midfield and give us that extra body. And he is so good on the ball. You push Granit Xhaka up into that Gundogan position. You drop Zinchenko into midfield. I think he's so good on the ball that I think we can get away with it. I really do. 8 minutes until kickoff. I've got to admit, people, I'm nervous. I am nervous. It's an excited nervous, but I am nervous. It's Manchester United against Arsenal. For me, as I said at the beginning of the show, now everybody will agree, this for me is probably my biggest Arsenal game of the season, Man United home or away. Actually bigger than Tottenham for me. Just because of what it meant to me growing up and the rivalry and so many of my friends were United fans. I love this game. I am nervous. I just got to hope we can beat them. Babatunde said, big up Big C. I'm still a little bit sore after the window closed. I can only speculate what Arteta really wanted. I'm more focused on how we deliver. Listen, I'm with you on that. I think Arsenal made a big mistake on transfer deadline day, not getting a player in. However, the fact remains, the biggest cure at any football club to a problem is winning big games, winning football matches. If we beat Man United today, that means more than us signing a player on deadline day, because you're going to start believing in Sambi Lokonga. If Sambi Lokonga has a stormer today against United, all of a sudden he changes the narrative of what the fans think of him. Yeah, he was an okay player. We're not quite sure if he's good enough. If he has a stormer today, you're going, you know what? Maybe this guy can be a really good midfielder for us. So I always look at it and say, this is an opportunity for players to prove themselves and show how good they are, people. You know, it's a great opportunity for Sambi Lokonga to prove that he can be a top player at Arsenal. You had your settling in period last season. This is it now. Yeah, everybody bigged you up. Thierry Henry bigged him up. Vincent Kompany bigged him up. Let's see it now. Prove it. DJ Ash, Curtis, hope you're well, bro. I'm feeling more confident with Zinni in that squad. Totally agree with you. Zinni makes a big difference for me. Gareth said if Maguire is 80 million, Holding is 160 million. Oh, dear, totally. Well, he's not much worse than the fridge, that is for sure. Roman said, because of the World Cup, the next window essentially opens on November the 18th when the break starts. 100%. I think somebody said it in the chat the other day. We play 10 Premier League games before the World Cup. If we can manage that, keep Jesus, keep Thomas Partey fit, get through that in a great position, then we've got a fantastic opportunity. The club will have to do something in January for me to give this team a chance. The players are in the tunnel, people. Wow. I'm so fired up for this game. It's unbelievable. I almost feel like I'm playing the game. I'm so fired up. Jesus and Casemiro having a chat there. Nelson said, your commentary at Old Trafford last season was legendary. He's bringing on Eddie and Ketty. Oh, I'm sure that will happen today as well. People, this is it. It's underway. It's about to start. Hit the like button. Get voting, Football Content Awards, and download OneFootball. We're looking for 3,000 likes. We'll take the QR code off. It's Arsenal against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Top of the league. You can see the teams. Headline news. Ramsdale, Odegaard, they're fit. They start. Zinchenko comes back from injury and starts ahead of Kieran Tierney. A surprise, but he's in. That gives me a massive lift because he drops into midfield and helps that midfield. The headline news for United, Anthony starts on the right wing and Rashford plays ahead of Ronaldo. McTominay plays ahead of Casemiro. This game is massive. I cannot wait. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. Come on! Come on, you Gunners! Let's do this. Albert said, Big C, I'm turning 21 today. Don't do it. Arsenal, happy birthday. Let's hope Arsenal handle business. This is a massive game. I cannot wait for this game. So fired up. Right, people, score predictions. Throw your score predictions in. I'm going to end that poll as well. And just throw your predictions in. 66% said we'll win, 19% draw, 15% said we'll lose. Give me your score predictions in the comments. I'm going for 2-1 to the Gunners. It's going to be a difficult game, but I think we can do it. 2-1 said that guy D. Mohammed said 3-1. Wasim 2-1. Sonny says 2-1. Family Podcast 2-1. That's a result that a lot of people are saying. Bryce, nice to meet you in Florida. Big up to you. Big up. So many great people over there. Von says 3-1. L Sparks 1-0. Marlin said, I have a bad feeling. 3-1 to Man U. I am king 1-all. And Ketia's lawyer 3-1 win. 3-1 word to Turkey. She loves that one. M says 2-all. Dinishen 3-1 to United. Tyron 3-1. LSK 3-1 to Arsenal. Niall said 1-all draw. Zorone says 2-all. Shibe said 3-2 to the Gunners. William says 2-all. And Roger's going for 3-2. I think in general, a lot of people seem to think we'll score but concede. Not too many of you going for clean sheets. This game, I don't care what anyone says, this game is absolutely massive. I'm sorry, it is. It just feels huge. Bear in mind, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But we play Everton next week. I see us winning that game. I'm thinking 7 wins out of 7. I need to relax. Huge game. Social media derby. Come on, you Gunners. Let's go. Let's go. Let's win this. Let's show them what we're about. Let's get at them. Let's not be afraid of them. I'd say the more pressure is on them. They're the home team. Let's go. Massive, massive game. I cannot wait for this. People saying Anthony's going to cause problems. Listen, let's make him have to defend and then see if he likes it. This is the Premier League. This ain't the Dutch League. It's an adjustment period for him. Mr. Robbo 19, it's my birthday today. My black Arsenal kit arrived on Friday as well. We better win this. Don't give me pain. Please make my day. Come on, Arsenal. 3-1. Come on, you Gunners. Happy birthday, Robbo. And appreciate the super chat. Remy said, time to get little Andro Martinez. Go on, Gunners. Big up, big up. We'll turn him into short man today. That is for sure. Come on! Come on, you Gunners. Let's do this. Big up, Springer. 3-point collectors, let's go. Man United, get us underway. Here we go, people. Manchester United against Arsenal. They are shooting from left to right, and the game is underway. Arsenal shooting from right to left towards the home fans in the first half. Come on! Apologies if you're wearing headphones and I've just blown up your eardrums, but it's necessary. Big game. I'm hyped. I love this game. It's our first game, I believe, in the away kit. The biggest selling away kit in one-day sales this season. Let's hope it brings us some luck. Cheers to everyone. Big game. Happy Sunday. Big up everyone in the chat who is celebrating their birthday as well. Let's hope it is a blessed birthday. Come on, you Gunners. Manchester United on the ball. Can we get 3,000 likes today, people? No messing about. Big game. It warrants that kind of, them kind of numbers. Here come Manchester United. It's Scott McTominay. Sorry, it's Ericsson. Finds Malacia, left-hand side. Skips past Saka. It's too easy. Crossed in and cleared. Comes out to McTominay. United dominating early on. Chance to the byline. Dalot whips it in. Chance for United and cleared. And Arsenal under pressure here early on, people. Long clearance up the field. Lissandro. Gabriel Jesus hunts him down. Does well against Lissandro Martinez. But referee! Book that midget! Book him! Yes! Free kick to Arsenal. Come on! Free kick. Edge of the penalty area. Brazil against Argentina. Gabriel Jesus wins the ball off Lissandro. Drops a shoulder on him. Where you going, boy? Move, boy, move! Move! Where's the yellow card? Watch what happens to this little man today. They're showing you the run there from Dalot, but who cares? It got cleared. He should have booked him. Let's go. Now, energy levels are high today. Book him. This hey, that guy. This Lumpa. He's getting sent off today. Oompa loompa doopity doo. Dun 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 dun. Listen to you. What do you get? Dun, 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 dun. Come on! Free kick to the Gunners. Edge of the box. Great crossing situation. 2 minutes gone. Can we take the lead in the wavy kit at Old Trafford. Odegaard in swinger. Zinchenko is free at the back post. Odegaard whips it in. What is that? Terrible free kick by Odegaard. Headed away, goes out for a throw-in. Early chance to put them under pressure. Terrible delivery. Doesn't even beat the first defender. And it's out for a throw-in to Arsenal. That's so disappointing. Chance to put the goalkeeper under pressure there. And we don't do it. Here we go. Arsenal on the ball. Ball whipped into the area. McTominay heads it in the air. Granit Xhaka, 25 yards out. Volleys it. It's blocked. And United clear. Malacia hammers it upfield. Come on. Defend properly here. Saliba against Rashford. Oh, plays it back to Ramsdale. Just get rid of it. Not the best of kicks. Oh, in fact, it's a great ball. Zinny! Zinny! Zinny boy! Love it, Zinny. What a touch, boy. Straight out of the Pep Guardiola school of coaching people. Here's Aaron Ramsdale on the ball. Man, today, however it goes, it's going to be emotional. Let me tell you. If today goes wrong, the phone goes off. If we win, I'm going to be so hyped. I'm going to be unbearable. Manchester United throwing on the halfway line. Big game, people. Great touch by Zinny, I'm telling you. Book that midget is go. Yeah, maybe I should have called him Book the Little Man. You know how society is nowadays. They might say that's politically incorrect. Big C should join Sky for the live match commentary. I'm not sure I'd be allowed, man. I think I'm a bit too. I'd be too biased. I'd be celebrating goals and everything. Arsenal throwing. Heavy touch there by Martinelli. Gives away a free kick. You got to do better than that. It's a heavy touch. Fouls Anthony on the halfway line. Going to be interesting how he gets on. Ash said Man City dropped points. Liverpool drew again. We need to take advantage. 100%. United on the ball. In their own half. Lively first few minutes to the game. Forced all the way back to David De Gea. I think we need to take heart from the fact that Gabriel Jesus, first time he got an opportunity to run at Lisandro, done him, got fouled, and, they call him the Butcher. Maybe he's too aggressive. Here's Marcus Rashford, right-hand side. United on the ball early on. Anthony whips it in, headed away at the near post by Xhaka. Here's McTominay, back to Anthony. Good ball that into Sancho. We got to be careful. Good tackle. Anthony loses the ball. Here's Gabby Jesus. He gets tackled by McTominay. It's a really good tackle. Oh, referee stops the game because it's a head injury. We'll take that all day long because United had an attack on there. And because it's a head injury, the referee stops play. Please tell me that Gabby is all right because he's very still on the floor right now. No disrespect to Eddie. I can't have Eddie up front at Old Trafford. I need Gabby. Hopefully he was smart there in, he knew he lost the ball and probably claimed it a head injury. He's sat up now. What happened here? Gabby had the ball, cut inside. He bangs the back of his head as he falls over. Timothy said, I'm so nervous. Please, Arsenal, come on, you Gunners. United are fired up for it. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. They're fired up. It seems like a decent atmosphere. It's a big game, the rivalry, the history. Paul Tierney, the guy that apparently was born in Salford on the outskirts of Manchester. A lot of Arsenal fans were very disappointed that he was actually refereeing this game, as there were a lot of rumours that he's a boyhood Man United fan. So let's see how that one works out for sure, Man U will use all their energy and will take over. I hope so. Really hope so. What are they doing here? Arsenal going to kick the ball back to United? Oompa Loompa deserves to be on Spotify. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. United is in Salford. Yeah, boyhood United fan, apparently, Paul Tierney. Mo Nandez is at it again. Varane on the ball for United. We're back underway on the halfway line. Finds Dallo, finds Anthony. Gabriel Jesus all the way back in the penalty area. Anthony, Zinchenko and Jesus double up on him. Great little skill by Anthony. Whipped in by Dallo. Back post. Oh, goes wide. Christian Eriksen, left foot volley at the back post there. It was a little bit too high. That is a warning for Arsenal. Good bit of skill by Anthony. Finds Dalot. I have to admit, why is Gabriel Jesus at left back? That's not where you want to see your winger. Good little flick by Anthony. Great ball in by Dalot. Back post, unmarked. Eriksen doesn't quite get his foot around the ball. And it goes wide. That is a warning sign for Arsenal. For real. They need to be careful. Hey, ref, come on. What is that? McTominay there pushes Martinelli over at the side of the pitch. Free kick to Arsenal. He knows what he's doing there. He does not need to push him. That's a yellow card for me. That's naughty, that. That's horrible from McTominay. He knows exactly what he's doing there. It's dark arts, though. It is dark arts. Free kick to Arsenal. Zinchenko. Here's Xhaka. Whips it in. Pellegrino. Oh, what a chance. What a chance for Arsenal. Saliba puts it over. It fell to the wrong person. Zinchenko whips it in. Xhaka crosses it in. Falls to Saliba. 14 yards out. Unmarked. He has to hit the target. I'm sorry, I don't care if you're a centre-back. You have got to make De Gea make a save. It's a simple side foot. Unmarked. Puts it over the bar. What a chance. What a chance for Arsenal. Even as a centre-back, he should do better. Saka misses the ball. Malacia back post for United. It's end-to-end stuff. Malacia into Eriksen. Odegaard does well there and then gives it away. It's too easy. United have the ball back. Oh, massive miss by Saliba. I can't believe it. Fell to the wrong person. It did look like he sliced it. He kind of cut across it. This Anthony does look lively. Definitely. Here come United. Marcus Rashford in the area. Eriksen. Out wide to Sancho. Arsenal have two players on him. Gets past Ben White. Good marking by Arsenal. They force them back. Oh, wow. What a miss. What a miss that was. William Saliba. Huge chance. United have had a good half chance with Eriksen. Arsenal probably better than a half chance for Saliba. Just behind the penalty spot. Unmarked. Side foots it over. Should have at least hit the target for sure, man. He's, even as a centre-back, I expect you to do better. Here's Dalot. Got to admit, Anthony looks lively on that right-hand side for United. That's something we're going to have to deal with. It seems like we're pushing Zinchenko high, and then he's getting a lot of space. Here come United, left-hand side. Sancho against Ben White in the area. Shoot! Saved by Ramsdale. He's near post. Comes out to McTominay. That was way too easy. Arsenal under the cosh. Sambi Lokonga not involved at all yet. United win the ball back. We're under pressure. Sancho skipped inside Ben White, drilled it at the near post. Fairly comfortable save by Ramsdale in the end. But United have started the better team so far. Lokonga has hardly touched the ball. He's got to be brave. He's got to get on the ball. You got to be prepared to make a mistake. United forced back to the halfway line. They've started the better team. Getting isolated against our fullbacks. I don't know why. Our wingers need to help the fullbacks, especially early on in the game. You know Old Trafford's going to be rocking early on. Good tackle there, Martin Odegaard. Chance for Arsenal to break. Gabriel Martinelli, left-hand side. Gabriel Martinelli! Gabriel Martinelli! 1-0 to Arsenal! Yeah! Gabby with the goal! Saka! Oh, my days! Come on! Come on! Yes! 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 Come on! Gabriel Martinelli! Wow! There's a VAR check. Oh my days! Yes! Gabby, what a finish! Please don't be a foul. Odegaard. Oh no, I think that's a free kick. No! No! Oh no. I think Odegaard clips Eriksen. I think he clips him in the build-up. They're appealing for a foul. I mean, It's a soft one, but I think they're going to give a free kick. Oh, no! What a finish. Saka through ball. Martinelli outpaces Dalot. Slots it in with his left foot. Such a great goal, referee. Oh, the ref's been told to look at it. I wouldn't get excited, though. He's probably got a Man United shirt on, this ref. Born in Salford. The fact that VAR hasn't given it gives me a bit of hope, because that means they're not sure. They think it's a soft foul. Come on, Paul Tierney, you cheat. You've already been accused of being a Man United fan. I'm shocked that VAR didn't even give that as a foul, to be honest. The thing is, it's soft. It's so soft. Anyone watch the film Life? Will Smith and Eddie... No, not Will Smith. Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. SOF, capital T, soft. That is a soft one. He's looked at it about 3 times. Now, he doesn't get the ball, but there's hardly anything in it. He hardly touches him. Please, if he gives this, I'm going mad. He's looked at it so many times, he's not sure. If you're not sure, you cannot give it. He doesn't know. He can't see. Look, that angle's inconclusive. Surely, if you are not certain, you can't give it. He's given a free kick. You dirty, bold fraud, Paul Tierney. You're a Man United fan and we know it. Scumbag. You cheating, bold fraud. He's probably got Cantona tattooed on his arm. Of course the ref was going to disallow it. Soft. Absolute soft. He's a boiled United fan. No joke. Shocking. I'm fuming. All that celebration for nothing. Oh, man. Listen. I'm trying to be... it's a foul, but it's so soft, VAR didn't even give it. 4 people in an office looked at that and said... I'm not sure whether that's a foul or not. Paul Tierney looked at the replay about 8 times. So he didn't know. You know what I mean? If you thought it was a foul, I'm vexed. What a goal. Man got me sweating, celebrating. Neighbours probably figure what's going on. If you got to look at it 7, 8 times, you don't know whether it's a foul or not. Simple. Surely if you look at that once, you go, you know what? I didn't get the ball. Cool. Do you know what? I'm not even arguing, people, about the fact whether it's a foul or not. I actually think it's a foul. What I'm saying is, I looked at it once and said it was a foul. The fact that VAR looked at it for a minute, 4 people, and didn't give it and said, you need to go and look at it, he replayed it about 8 times. You should only disallow that if you are certain that that is a foul. Why do you need to look at that 7, 8 times from different angles? I looked at it once, I said, you know what, cool, that's a foul. In my opinion, it's soft, but it's a foul. They weren't sure about it. Look at Jesus balling. Varane fouls him. Ref don't want to book anyone. Can't believe it. The goal from Gabby deserved it. It was such a great goal. Here we go anyway, people. Here's Granit Xhaka. That should give us hope that we can beat these lot, man. United are nothing to fear, people. This ain't Ivan Drago in Russia. And even then, Rocky beat him anyway. Oh, Zinni with the ball over the top, overhits it, throw into Arsenal. Come on! Come on! Let's get them. We're ready now. Get a rack. You know, like when Rocky first catches Drago and gets blood out of him, he's like, oh my God, he's cut. He's cut. See, he's not a machine. He's a man. This is Man United, bro. This ain't the United from back in the day. You can beat them at Old Trafford. Oh, Paul Tierney, you're a joke. You're a joke, mate. Paul Tierney probably got Cantona tattooed on his arm, mate. Shocking. Couldn't wait to give it. Seriously. Anyway, At least it's a warning sign. Never clearing of it. That's my point. You're going to disallow a goal, mate. You should know. Did Sambi get a yellow? I took my eye off the game for a bit. Apologies. Did he get booked? Wouldn't surprise me. He'll give us a red card probably as well. Sambi's had a quiet start. No, I don't think he did get booked, did he? Oh, dear. Come on. Let's take heart from the fact that we opened them up very easily. Here's Martinelli. Great turn. Turns Dallo. Arsenal on the attack. Great ball. Saka up against Malacia. Right-hand side. This will be an interesting battle. Runs him to the byline. Saka goes to the byline. Pulls it. Oh, no one's there. Saka, take heart from how easy you got past him. Corner to the Gunners. Come on! Arsenal! 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 Saka just roasted Malacia. Roasted him. Told you, use your right foot. Saka's back today, people. I'm telling you. Breeze past Malacia there. Come on. Let's do this. Corner to the Arsenal. In-swinger. Saka to take it. His corners weren't great the other day. Let's score from a corner, man. De Gea's not the best at coming for crosses either. In-swinging corner to Arsenal. Saka to take it. Whips it in to the back post. Jesus heads it wide. I think there was too much on it. Listen, we got to take our chances when we get them. Simple as that. Yeah, man, not the same sport it was 20 years ago. It's different, man. It's totally different. Keith said, Curtis, man, thanks for bringing us the game. Listen, I'm gassed. I'm gassed. Big up for the community tuning in. Mukhtar, even the commentators are against. I don't even want to hear it. It's probably Gary Neville, innit? Probably Gary Neville and Martin Tyler's a closet Man United fan anyway. Listen, United look beatable. We just got to get on the ball and try and make more happen. Xhaka heads it back there to Ramsdale. Ramsdale picks it up. Wow, it's been an intriguing and an interesting 19 minutes. That's why I say United, they'll fly out the traps. They'll go at you. You have to calm them down, get on the ball, and try and start dictating the game. That is a terrible ball from Gabriel looking for Ben White. What is he doing there? And it's a throw into Manchester United. Best watch along. Hey, big up Mardi Raw. Big up, big up, big up. Appreciate it. Shameless celebrations from me for a disallowed goal, man. Absolutely shameless. Love that. Love the celebration, Big C. Shame for VAR. That's what I mean, VAR, man. It ruins celebrating now. You don't know whether to celebrate or not. Jesus does really well there up against Varane. Come on, Odegaard, be strong, boy. Gets dashed off the ball. Get that brother in the gym. Zinny's such a baller, man. He's so calm on the ball. Here he is. Just a class act. Just a class act, people. Sambi, get on the ball now. Yeah, you've gone through that settling in period. Now we want you on the ball in the game. Just as I big up Zinchenko, he gives the ball away. We need Sambi on the ball. You can't hide. You can't hide, my bro. I know you're nervous and it's difficult. Here we go, United left-hand side. Anthony on his left foot shoots. It's high and wide, 100 million euros. He puts it into the fans behind the goal. I'm not dissing him, though, to be fair, because he has looked lively in the opening 21 minutes. Goal kick to Arsenal. Bit of, breathing time. Time to calm down. Sambi has to get into this game. Simple as that. Not getting on the ball enough. And he's got to be brave. Faye said, Curtis, I lost my voice already. Listen, I hear you. I'll be going mad today. I'm only 21 minutes in already. Anthony's the Dutch Damari Gray so far, said Broads. I don't want to say too much. He's dangerous. You can see that. Man, the shirt looks slick. The shirt's wavy, bro. Sambi in Bambi mode. Bro, he's not even in Bambi mode. He's not even getting the ball. Martinelli does well there. Does really well against Dallo. Gabriel Jesus. Great ball out wide. Oh, Saka, I thought you could have got that. Goes out for a throw. It was just in front of him. Saka looks like he can get joy out of this Malacia. First time in how long? Drove at the player. Went onto his right foot. He outpaced him. Outmuscled him. And he needs to get at him. Here's Malacia at left back. finds Ericsson. Long raking ball over the top. Rashford. Ramsdale does well. Comes out and heads it. Flicked on. And Arsenal keep the ball. No, in fact, goes out for a throw-in to United on the halfway line. Listen, Sambi ain't doing nothing wrong in terms of he's not getting on the ball and making mistakes. I don't want anyone to think that. I think we need him to get... happen for us, you know? Apologies, I've just punched the mic there as we was on it. Here come Arsenal. Bit of possession now. We're growing into the game a little bit now. It is a very high-tempo game. I think once it slows down, it will suit us a little bit more. Here's Zinchenko on the ball. United can't keep that kind of pressing up for the whole 90 minutes. I think that's when we can take them. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Make them chase after it. Make them chase after it. Sambi Lokonga finds Saliba. Xhaka in the middle of the park. Good movement in front of him. Here's Martin Odegaard, right-hand side. Saka on the overlap. Will he make the run? Odegaard plays the wrong ball there. And I kept in. Oh, Saka. Saka appeals for a penalty. Paul Tierney says no. Of course he does. Surely we'll get a VAR check. That's a great ball, though. Sancho. Oh, and he gives the free kick. Free kick to United on the halfway line. Whoa, you're just a joke, Paul Tierney. Could not wait to get his card out for Saliba. Couldn't wait. It's a great touch by Sancho. I'm not even going to cap. Can we get a VAR check? Can we check it? Sacco nicks it off Malacia. Oh, it's a blatant dive. I can't even defend that. It's a shambolic dive. Why does he dive? He wins the ball back. Don't know if he stands on the ball. Listen, I can't even cap. That's poor from Saka. You're in the penalty area, on the ball, United under pressure, and you dive and let them off. Why do it? I don't respect that. I don't care if it's our player or someone else's player. I think that's a really poor decision from Saka as a young player to dive there. Big game, you're in the penalty area or on the ball. You don't need to do that. I don't like that. The yellow on Saliba seemed a bit harsh. Did they have us on the counter-attack? Maybe, but yeah, Saka, I'm disappointed. Disappointed. In the box against Lissandro. Lissandro's already made one big foul. He fouls you there. You might get him another yellow card. Jesus does fantastic there. Great hold-up play. Martin Odegaard. Poor pass. United players tackle each other there and we get away with it. It was a poor ball. Xhaka gives it away. Can't you see the guy there? Great tackle, Sambi. That's what I'm talking about, Sambi. It's United v Arsenal. Clatter him, yes. And don't kick the ball out. Jesus, what a turn. Oh, nearly rolled Varane there. Varane stuck out his long leg and got away with it. Press him. Press him. Oh, no. No, who's that down on the floor for United? Bruno Fernandes. We all know there's nothing wrong with him. He's the biggest cheat in the Premier League. He's a cheat. Yeah, man, take that. Sambi, yes. Give him something. Yeah, you won the ball, but you caught him at the same time. Bruno Fernandes, that rat face. You're a cheat. Bruno, you're a cheat, and I hope you get relegated in the words of Ty. Yeah, I remember Jesus spinning him in the Champions League. He nearly got spun there as well. Big up Charlie, who said, shout out, please. Big up Charlie, man. Bruno Stinkandes. Oh, don't tell me they're trying to do VAR checks on this. They can't wait. They can't wait. He won the ball with his left foot, but he caught him with his right foot on the back of his calf. Better by you, Sambi Lokonga. Let him know you're here, bro. Proper. We're growing into the game. We're definitely growing into the game now. Just need a goal. This ref is a serious concern for me. He seems like he can't wait to get his cards out. Alfred said Martinez fouls Jesus when he beats him 1v1 outside the box. No yellow card. Saliba fouls at the halfway line, gets a yellow. Mate, honestly, I don't talk about refs often, you know. Anybody who watches this channel on a regular basis, I don't like to blame refs. I think it's a cop-out at times. This referee has history. Paul Tierney is a Manchester United fan. I'm telling you now. He's from Salford. He will cheat for them. I'm sorry. He couldn't wait to book Saliba. So we can't rely on the... Look at that! Varane just pulled him back. You can't see it. You can't see. As soon as it happens to us, he can't see anything. It's cheating. It's absolutely cheating. I always say with any referee, just be the same for both teams. If you're bad, be bad for both. He is shocking. Ish said Klopp called him the worst. I hate to do this because I'm the first person to say to anybody, don't blame the ref. Look at yourselves first. This ref is a disgrace. For me, one of the worst refs in the Premier League. Absolutely. He is a blatant Man United fan. I don't care what anybody says. We were all football fans growing up. The fact he became a ref doesn't mean he doesn't support a club. He's horrendous. He's horrendous. I'm sorry. Even Alan Shearer saying that our goal should have stood. And Alan Shearer ain't no Arsenal fan. That's for sure. But hey, it is what it is. We move. Let's just win the game and handle business ourselves. Aaron Ramsdale kicks it out to Ben White, who does well there. Arsenal growing into the game, people. Definitely looking better. And although we're being pressed here, Ramsdale, another good kick out to Ben White. Good. Oh, well done, Ben White. Finds Odegaard into Gabriel Jesus, just into the Manchester United half. Let's drive. Drive at him. Saka, you can do this, Malacia. Just as I big him up, he gives it away. Zinchenko out wide. Gabriel Martinelli, corner of the penalty area. Has a slightly heavy touch. One-on-one with Dalot. Whips it in. Saved at the near post by De Gea. And goes out for an Arsenal corner. Come on! Arsenal! 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 Come on! Let's do this. George said I could see the brown envelope sticking out of his back pocket. I'm telling you, man. Listen, we'll beat him even with the envelope. Martinelli tried to cross it. It was deflected off Dalot. Short corner whipped in. Jesus, chance for Arsenal. Shot by Xhaka's blocked. Doesn't get enough power in it. Saka whips it into the back post. Chance headed away. Goes out for a corner. Come on! We've got him rattled. Let's do this. Arsenal! Arsenal! Come on! Let's do this. We've got him. We can beat him. I'm telling you. Martinelli against Dalot. I said it yesterday to Saeed. Isolate him and rinse him. Short corner. Martinelli on the ball. Whips into the back post. Gabriel chests it down. Comes out to Saka. The pass isn't great. We end up all the way back at the halfway line. Arsenal dominating possession. Sambi Lokonga. Ball whipped in. Is Ben White. What are you doing? He's trying to do Cruyff turns. Given away by United. Granit Xhaka finds Odegaard. Edge of the penalty area. Movement in front of him. Finds Saka. He's in the air. Ah! Bakayoko! Shoot! Gives it away. Trying to find Odegaard. Arsenal win the ball back. We're dominating. Odegaard 25 yards out. You know he ain't going to shoot. Here's Gabriel Jesus. Skips past McTominay. Goes past another one. Out wide. Here we go again. Saka. Crossing position. Odegaard, they're trying to find it. They can't find it. Odegaard whips in. Martinelli, what a save there. Oh, Jesus tries to bicycle it and it's cleared. Oh, offside. He gives a free kick at the back post. What a chance. What a chance. I think Jesus caught that little Oompa when he tried to do the bicycle. What a chance for Martinelli. Odegaard, he waits. What a ball. Martinelli's onside, 6 yards out. Tries to head it across the goalkeeper. Great save, David De Gea. Turns into Spider-Man. What a save. Jesus catches Martinez, Lisandro. Goes for the bicycle. Great play. Should have scored. Martinelli, what a chance. Tries to head it back across goal. De Gea sticks out his right arm. Tips it wide. Fantastic save. Jesus went for the bicycle kick on the rebound. We've got them rattled. We've got them rattled, but we need to score, people. We need to score. This is great the way we're playing. We need to get that goal. United clear it long. Martinelli is ruining this guy. And just as I say that, Martinelli gives the ball away. And then United give the ball away. Dalot can be targeted. I don't care what anyone says. We have to make the pressure count. Great kick by Ramsdale out wide to Ben White. It's Saka driving into the middle of the pitch. He's got runners. Xhaka, Martinelli on the overlap. Here's Martinelli one-on-one with Dalot in the penalty area. Good ball in. It's blocked. Comes back to him. Dalot doesn't like Martinelli, I'm telling you. A tackle there by Anthony. And it's a throw-in to Manchester United down by their own corner flag. Jesus been excellent, holding the ball up, constant threat. We need that first goal, people. You've seen it. When you dominate Manchester United, you need to score against them, I'm afraid. And they can definitely be got at. However, United on the ball now. And they've got the ball out wide. Jadon Sancho, he's got Malacia on the overlap. Saka is helping Ben White this time, which is a lot better. Because I felt early in the game they were leaving him isolated a little bit. Martinelli has got Dalot every time he gets at him. The end product, can he pick out that pass? Here's Anthony with pure tricks. We ain't moving nowhere. We don't care about that. Forced back to the halfway line. Gabriel Jesus' work rate is outstanding. Forces Man United all the way back to David De Gea in their own half. Arsenal the better team so far. However, I feel we need to score while we're dominating because I do believe United will have spells. And here they are now. Bruno Fernandes skips past Bruno, never touches him. United on the attack, we're in trouble. Marcus Rashford, Anthony for United, 1-0. We've been punished. Anthony scores on his debut. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 0. They've punished us. It was coming if we didn't score. He slaps the badge. And defensively, we was all over the place. Like a boxer dominating a fight, you got to knock the player out. Didn't do it. Why is he unmarked? Why is he unmarked? Shambolic defending. Awful. This is the problem, people. When you don't punish teams. Bruno dived. Rashford gets it. Zinchenko, open up your body. Why is he unmarked in the penalty area? All that dominance. And we concede. Why is Anthony unmarked? Somebody answer me that. Unmarked in our penalty area. We all said it, people. If we don't score, they're going to punish us. 90 million or 100 million pound player, unmarked in the penalty area. Finishes it off. I don't know what to say, you know. I'm a little bit lost for words here. I'm a little bit lost for words. On his debut, 100 million euros. Great finish. Opens up his body. Slots it far corner. So much possession. Chances. We don't score. Nah, FaZe, listen. I don't hide. It was against the run of play, but it's a good finish. Poor defending. Now the crowd's rocking. Zinchenko, for all of his qualities. I think the problem there, if you look at it, Gabriel comes out of centre-back to go and get Bruno, fouls him. Zinchenko comes across to close the gap where Gabriel should have been. And then Anthony's out wide. I actually don't think that's Zinchenko's fault. I think that's Gabriel's fault. Some people will blame Zinchenko, but I think he's closing the space. A manager would always tell you, leave the player out wide and go and get the central player because the central player is closer to the goal. In my opinion, that is Gabriel's fault. And Zinchenko's just trying to cover the space that Gabriel has left. He's a bit unlucky that the pass gets past him. Gabriel is fouled there. Free kick to Arsenal. So gutted we conceded. Listen, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. Simple as that. United are 1-0. Look, we've been good the last 25. We've got to back ourselves that we can get back in this. Varane and Jesus having a battle there. Free kick. Free kick. Here's Bukayo Saka. Shot deflected. Goes straight through to David De Gea. Tried to take a quick one. Can't believe we're losing. Yeah, I'm surprised the ref didn't take his shirt off, start swinging it around. Make time for 2 p.m. tomorrow. We should not be losing this game. Should not be losing this game. One big opportunity and they score it. Come on, Sambi, come on. Come on. Come on. Jesus. Recovered in the end. Come on, Sambi, lift your head. Be brave. Be brave. Look forward. Move the ball quicker. Well done, Granit. Here we go. Zinchenko in the inverted midfield position. Martinelli on the overlap. Martinelli. Oh. Trying to keep my composure here. I don't want to do the meltdown. I just can't believe we're losing. I really can't. I'm deflated. But we can get back in it. I've got to support the team, but I'm fuming that we conceded. King Bobus, we can't forget our DNA. We can still smoke United. Most of us predicted 2-1 anyway. This is just their goal. We'll equalise and then beat them. Such a poor goal to concede. It's so frustrating. Here's Granit Xhaka. We have to be brave. We have to get on the ball. And we have to make sure we put our chances away. That's the difference in a big game. We know the ref ain't going to do us no favours. Unfortunately, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. Great play, Gabriel Jesus. Driving run. Needs support. What a run. He gets muscled off the ball. Great run. We got to be more positive. Odegaard, he's got to get involved in the game a little bit more for me. He does not like shooting, this guy. Saka. Odegaard in the area. Chance. Should have passed. What are you doing, Odegaard? Pull the trigger. Ball whipped in back post. Xhaka. Oh, no. It falls between two. Please, why does Odegaard not shoot? He don't like shooting. Great little 1-2 with Saka. Try and bend it in the far corner. Pull the trigger. Come on. Sambi's on the ball. There's a United player down. No bother with that. Don't kick nothing out of play. Go on, Gabby. What is that, Gabby? Gives it away needlessly. Odegaard, shoot the damn ball. Oh, ref gives a free kick to them. He can't wait. Cannot wait. Alfred said, been telling my friends all week we needed to play 4-4-2. Eddie and Jesus up top. Jesus is keeping the defence busy with Eddie running behind. I don't think he trusts the two in midfield, Alfred. That's the problem. I don't think he trusts them. Please, people. For all them people that when I was saying about Odegaard, they said, you got an agenda. Why am I going to have an agenda with my own player? He doesn't shoot enough. It's clear to see. Pull the trigger, brethren. The ball's on his left foot. In the penalty area, don't want to shoot. Still trying to pick passes out. Stupid. Shoot the damn ball. You're at Old Trafford. You ain't going to get no favours. You're in the penalty area on your stronger foot. There's no clear pass. Odegaard has to shoot more. Wow. Our midfield is not the one. Sambi, passive. I think he is. He's not doing anything wrong, but he's not doing enough right, if you know what I mean. You got to be brave. You got to be brave. You got to go and get the ball. Centre-back's getting the ball. You're not coming for it. He's standing next to people. He's not having a bad game, but he ain't doing enough. He's shy. He almost plays like I'm afraid to make a mistake. He's not getting on the ball and doing anything wrong. But he's not doing enough. We need more bravery. Odegaard, man, I'm telling you, you want to be captain, you want to do all these interviews, bro, you've got to shoot. He's got a good left foot. Why is he shot shy? I don't understand it. Here's Saka. We need our big players to get more into this game. There we go. There we go. McTominay wipes out one of our players, Paul Tierney. Are you going to book him? He plays on. Ben White. Are you going to give him a yellow card, Paul Tierney? That's what I want to know. Martinelli got clattered in the middle of the pitch. ESR. Here is Odegaard. Finds Jesus. He's had a great first half. Gets out wide to Ben White. Ben White whips it in. No one there. Lisandro clears it. The only problem with Gabby Jesus dropping in is there's no one in the box sometimes when the ball gets crossed in. I want to know if this ref's going to book McTominay when this goes out, because he clattered Martinelli. He played on. You can run it back. But he won't run it back. Here's Zinchenko, middle of the pitch. Odegaard, good football. Little 1-2. Oh, Saka made the run, didn't play it. Ben White finds Odegaard. Into Saka, 25 yards out, shoots. And that has probably just landed on the middle of the Manchester City pitch. That is horrendous. Has he been shooting with Thomas Partey after training? Bakayo, man, you got to do better than that. I'm sorry. You know, we're talking about 25 yards out under no pressure. And your shooting technique looks horrendous. Even if it goes just wide and you give us a little, ooh, you know, I take that. That's terrible. I got to admit, people, I feel a bit flat. Feel a bit flat right now. Can't believe we're 1-0 down. Can't believe we haven't scored. United have not even been great. No way should we be losing this. But these players have to respond. These are the players that get hyped up all the time by this manager. They have to respond. And we are still in it, so let's not panic. I'm fuming, though. Nelson said, you simply know you are still immature if your team relies on players like Martinelli to win games or create. A good player, but his decision-making is the poorest. He is poor. Saka is poor. I can't call him poor. I think you make a little bit of a point in the fact that we're relying on players that have probably not completely matured yet. Which is why sometimes you think, are we a little bit inexperienced in some areas? But these players need to show up now. You know, they get all the praise when they do well. Saka's going to get 140 grand new deal. And Martinelli, you know, I hype him up all the time. These guys have to perform. Xhaka caught on the ball. Good tackle, Sambi Lokonga. That's much better. Xhaka has to do better there. Can't be getting caught in the middle of the pitch. Martin Odegaard finds Saka. Big up Sheets of Metal who said, I'm going to bed now. Arsenal frauds. Hopefully. What is this? I didn't even see that. What is that? Foul by Malacia on Saka. Free kick to Arsenal. Alfred said, get Tommy in. White can't cross. I really believe Marquinhos will give us more than Saka right now. I saw enough of him against Chelsea. You know this manager, man. He don't want to take Saka off for no one. Free kick to Arsenal. Odegaard looks for Saka. What? I mean, seriously, people. Seriously. Let me paint the picture for anybody who's not watching. Free kick. A minute into time added on. Crossing situation. Odegaard tries to chip it down the line to Saka. And the ball goes out for a goal kick when your centre-backs are in the area. What on earth is that? Like, game management, my friend. Manage the game. We are so average in the middle of midfield, which makes it so obvious that we needed to sign a centre midfielder. It's an unbelievable decision. Anthony shoots from 40 yards out there, tries to lob Ramsdale. Ramsdale collects it. We're Bagel FC again today. I'm sorry, we're Bagel FC. They're not playing bad, Xhaka and Sambi, but they're not doing enough to help us win a game. You know? It's so frustrating. Long ball by Ramsdale, looking for Martinelli. Don't get the seconds. Gabriel Jesus playing very deep today. I don't like it. It's playing way too deep. This is why you never say it with chess that we'll win at Old Trafford. The way many gooners in the chat were predicting us winning comfortably smacks of memory loss. When you're playing games like this, you have to finish teams off when you get big chances, and we didn't. They've had one big chance, United. They scored it. Scotty said, big up Curtis, Chelsea fan from San Diego, California. Got to say, I missed the Arsenal therapy shows. Entertaining and engaging commentaries as always. We got to get something second off. I'm not having this. Gabriel, 25 yards out. Even he's shooting. Odegaard whips it in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. I have to apologize to anybody in the... It's the last second before half time. Gabriel at centre-back is shooting from 30 yards out. The ball rebounds to Odegaard. Hit it! He tries to chip it into the area. It goes straight to the goalkeeper. Has he got a clause in his contract that he can't shoot? Shoot the damn ball, brethren. You got a decent left foot. You don't want to shoot. I don't understand what's going off. So frustrating. 0-0. I wish it was 0-0. It's 1-0. Shoot. Please, somebody explain to me, man, why Odegaard doesn't shoot from the edge of the penalty area. Overplaying. We're not playing Fulham at home. You can't play all that little pass, Barcelona tiki-taka football. It's United at Old Trafford. You're 25 yards out on mark. You got to shoot. I can't believe we're losing this game. I cannot believe we're losing. It's horrible. It's not like we've been bopped off the pitch. United haven't played that well. They started well, first 15. They disappeared for 20 minutes. Then we leave them unmarked. Kevin said we need to be more direct. We need to attack down the middle and stop giving it to the wings. Manager's got to be brave today if that carries on like that. I'm sorry, Odegaard's not at it. Saka's not in the game enough. You got to be brave. I don't care if these guys got big reputations. Bring Smith Rowe on. Bring Marquinhos on. Bring Fabio Vieira on. Do something. Centre mids aren't doing enough. Centre mids aren't doing enough. The basis for playing well for Arsenal Football Club cannot be that you simply did not make a mistake. Because that's where I'm at with Sambi Lokonga and Granit Xhaka in that first half. All you can say really is, they didn't really make a mistake. That's not good enough. That's not what Arsenal Football Club is about. That's not how you get back in the Champions League, by just saying, well, they didn't make a mistake. All right, cool. Did Sambi do enough in that first half, in the middle of midfield, on the ball? No chance. Not enough. Quiet. Didn't see him for the first 25 minutes. To me, he looks nervous. Doesn't want to get on the ball and try and make things happen. Even McTominay gets on the ball and I don't rate him. Saka, couple of good dangerous runs. No end product. He's putting shots in the top tier. And you have to have end product. Have to. Football is about end product for attacking players. That's why Adama Traore's back at Wolves sitting on the bench. Because these man there, for all their danger, for all their 99 pace on FIFA, them man don't have no end product. The game as an attacker is about end product. And some of our players, for all their talent, for all their ability, they have to produce more. Fuming that we're losing. Fuming that we are losing at half-time. United haven't looked great, but we conceded a poor goal. And we have to take our chances. Big second half. I'm not even going to talk about individual players yet because it's half-time. I reckon Odegaard isn't shooting because that ankle still hurts. I mean, is it the ankle? Tell us after the game. I don't know. He don't shoot anyway. The man, he scored last week, in fact, shooting from the edge of the box. He can shoot. You got to shoot more. Listen, I'm speaking out of frustration, people. I don't want people to think I'm annihilating our own players. This is a frustration that clearly was... It's been there for a while. Xhaka and Sambi, quiet. Don't get on the ball enough for me. Well, anyway, it is what it is. I'm frustrated. I'm sorry. And I don't want people to think, oh, you're hammering players. No. These are little parts of the game that need tweaking. For all, Saka has been praised over the last 2 years and got the new contract and got in the England squad and star boy Saka and all of that. That comes with responsibility as well. That comes with you're now one of our best players. You've got to produce in big games. When you're 25 yards out unmarked, I expect your shot to be half decent. When you're in the penalty area, I need end product. And that, for me, is something I haven't seen enough of this season. Not just today. You can get away with it against Fulham. Maybe you do 3 or 4 bad passes and one of them pays off because they're not as good. Villa aren't as good. This is Man United. You're not going to get as many chances at Old Trafford. We know the referee is poor. We know he favours United. But if you do your job, you can still win the game with a poor referee. We've got to do more, in my opinion. Jesus, for me, is playing too deep today. He's been really good. I don't think he's in the penalty area enough. Let's see what you're saying in the comments. Alfred said Martinelli is our only attacking threat because Arteta is playing Jesus like Lacko. Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Totally agree with that. What's your next one? We've got Ozil 2.0. Beautiful to watch, but can't shoot to save his life. Another player that can shoot, by the way. Even Ozil could shoot, but always looking for 1-2s. 6 yards out, trying to play a through ball. Just shoot, brethren, please. United are there to be beaten. I'm sorry. If United were playing Man City today, I think they'd be 2 or 3-0 down. I really do. Now, I know we're not Manchester City, so that comment doesn't hold that much weight. What I'm saying is I don't think we should be losing. We certainly shouldn't be losing this game. I believe Sambi cost us the goal by chasing Ericsson, who then played the ball into the gap to Bruno. Gabriel then looked to cover Sambi. That's like, I'll have a look at that. I will have a look at that. I know they're looking at the Arsenal goal now. I've got the commentary turned down. Merson, Hasselbank and Roy Keane. So it'll be interesting to see what they think. But in reality, it does very little for us anyway. To be honest. So... Polymation said, I'm not happy right now. Listen, there's no Arsenal fan can be happy with that. I'm sorry. There's no way on earth that Man United should be winning this game of football. They had one good chance and scored it, but it was wide open. It's a comedy of errors, in my opinion. I saw Gabriel going to get Bruno. Bruno should be marked by one of our midfielders. He was unmarked. As you said, it looked as if Sambi went to get Bruno. Then Gabriel goes to get Bruno. Then Zinchenko goes to cover Gabriel, which in turn means Anthony is unmarked at the back post. And it's a great finish, you know. It's poor defending from Arsenal. Listen, people, it's half time. So, you know, let me take your thoughts away from the game for a second. And big up to South London's finest, as always, for your support. And make sure you smash the like button. We're looking for 3,000 likes today. It's a massive game. It's Manchester United. Let's make sure the channel is flying and producing, as always, with the help of the community. We've got over 70 of you watching on Twitch and 3,600 of you watching on YouTube. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Football Content Awards voting finishes tonight at midnight. If you haven't already, support the channel. 3 categories. Link in the description below. Best Premier League club content creator, best in video, and best content creator. And also, today's video, sponsored by OneFootball. Link in the description. Go and download it. Completely free. Big up to them for supporting the channel. Second half coming up after the break, people. What are your feelings? What would you like to see change? For me, I mean, we don't have anything on the bench to play in the middle of midfield. That's the problem. Can Fabio Vieira make his debut against Man United at Old Trafford? Odegaard's got to shoot for me. Saka's got to produce more. Sambi and Xhaka have got to be braver and get on the ball more. We got to get Gabriel Jesus in the penalty area. He's running all over the place, but he's not in the box enough. That's not his fault. We got to produce chances for him. Christian said both Martins look flat, no ball retention. I appreciate that. Thomas Lund said Jesus needs to drop back because our midfield is so bad. Look at Xhaka. I think you got a point there. I think he's babysitting a little bit the midfield because they're not getting the ball to him. And as a midfielder, I think as a striker, when the midfield don't get the ball to you and you go and support them, it means they're not doing their job. Could we be brave and put Zinchenko in midfield, take off one of our two centre mids and put Tierney at left back? I think that's a possibility as well for Arsenal. Bob said, we don't deserve to be losing. Saka and Sambi poor. Xhaka and Zinchenko average. Jesus Martinelli quality. Ref decided no foul from 5-10 yards away, but if I speak, I am in big trouble. Big up Will McKenzie, who said Zinni into midfield, Lokonga off and Tierney on. I would agree with that. I think that could happen. Zamir, they ruined our goal just because there's faults 5 minutes ago. I mean, listen, I want to watch the replay again. Should that goal have counted? I'm still not sure. I think it was a foul, but a soft foul. Kevin, thank you for your super chat, bro. Need to switch Eddie for Xhaka. This is not the game for Granit. I would change to 4-4-2. I wouldn't mind seeing us go for two from. I just don't know if he's got the bravery to do that. I don't think he would do that until later on in the game. Baby Cosmos, just liked 3.5K in the chat. Listen, you're legends, every single one of you. If you're part of this community, you're legendary people. And listen, I'm trying to remain upbeat. There's a lot of games last season I would have completely lost the plot at being a goal down to Manchester United, especially as we've played quite well. I'm trying to hold it together. The meltdown will come afterwards or tomorrow at 2 p.m. I still believe we can get back into this game. 1.5K likes by halftime is fantastic. We're on par. We're halfway there to the 3K. Big up each and every one of you. Dinashen said, good to see you again, Curtis. You need experience to win titles. You cannot depend on young players. Every game reminds me of Spurs with Pochettino. That's a good point. Good point. I wonder where is Lokonga when we are defending. So quiet in this game, honestly. Lucas said, even Roy Keane is saying it wasn't a foul. I mean, when Roy Keane's got no love lost with Arsenal, so when he's saying it's the wrong mistake, then you know. Morris said Tierney to left back, Zinni in midfield, but Arteta will not do it. I would definitely consider Zinchenko midfield and Tierney at left back. Big C, definitely no foul, says Carlos. Revenite, Roy Keane was saying it was a soft foul, not a foul. Okay, fair enough. Jesus is too deep. Odegaard needs to shoot. Midfield is missing. We need Arteta to tweak something. Otherwise, it's an L. I think when you go to a big team, and let's face it, listen, Man United's still a big team, no matter how much we've bantered them over the past couple of years. Still a tough place to go. You know, their team is worth hundreds of millions of pounds. If your tactics aren't right, you've got to tweak it. These are the games for me where Mikel Arteta, you got to earn your 8.5 million. You got to use your substitutes. You got to be brave. You got to say, listen, Saka, you're a big player. You're not performing. You come off. Odegaard, you're not shooting. You come off. Fabio Vieira costs 35 million. You decided to keep Marquinhos instead of loaning him out. Give him a chance. This is where heroes can be made. Don't believe that these players are big enough that they don't deserve to be taken off if they're not performing. Give people a chance. Yayo said, just voted for you, Curtis TV. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you very much. Marv said, Big C, we got screwed like Brett the Hitman Hart on that goal. Dinashen, bring on Vieira for Odegaard. Commercially, the biggest club in the world, United, yeah. Curtis for manager. Listen, I don't want to be the manager. I'm happy enough to sit here. Leave him to be the manager. But I think when you go to a big team, this is what I was going to try and say. If you go to a big team and Manchester City bop us off the pitch, we give a good fight and we get beaten, certain days you have to sit back and you say, you know what? They're better than us and we couldn't beat them today. We played well, but they were better than us. I'm sorry, I do not look at that Manchester United team today and the way they've performed and believe that they are better than us. They are beatable. They are beatable. All we got to do is take our chances. Ask more questions of David De Gea. If you're 25 yards out, pull the trigger. I'm sorry. You don't always have to look for that Manchester City / Barcelona tiki-taka through ball. 25 yards out, pull the trigger. Stop messing about and get at least a draw out of this game. There's no way we should be leaving OT with an L. I'm sorry. Yeah, Odegaard saying, come on, boys, and all that. You pull the trigger. Andrew, Curtis, there is flaws in Zinchenko's game. Xhaka never good enough. You don't get to rejuvenate your Arsenal career after 5 years. We're seeing the reasons today why when people hype up Granit Xhaka for this good run of form, I don't get carried away with it. I just don't. But listen, second half is underway. Arsenal shooting from left to right. Massive 45 minutes for this football club. Show everybody 5 from 5 ain't no blip. It ain't a purple patch. We're a proper team. We've recovered from last season and we don't get beat when we should be getting points out of the game. Minimum, you leave Old Trafford with a point today and show everyone that you're not laying down, right? Don't lose this game. Simple as that. Do not lose this game now. And if we score early, we can beat them. Keep the faith, Simon. I'm holding it together right now. Killer Ice Lollies. Vote for Curtis Shaw TV. Link in the description. You can make a difference. It costs nothing. Appreciate that, bro. 30 seconds of your time to vote. Much appreciated. Big second off. Come on. Go get your points, man. Saliba in the middle of midfield. Sambi Lokonga, that's a high foot. You going to do anything? Paul Tierney, no. Bruno Fernandes throws the ball away after, gives him a kick. No, nothing. All right, cool. One rule for one and one rule for another, I suppose, eh? Has he booked any Man United player in that first half? Of course he hasn't. But listen, I don't want to do the whole referee thing. We know refs in the Premier are shambles, so let's concentrate on our game. Zinchenko, great ball into the area. Granit Xhaka pulls it just behind Gabriel Jesus. Good position there. Half a chance. Saliba on the ball. Goes all the way back to Ramsdale. Be careful. Be careful. Don't overplay. Good little ball to Ben White. I just want to see how long it takes Paul Tierney to book someone. That's all I want to see. Show us your true colours today, Mr. Arteta. All is forgiven. It's got to produce something. Has to produce something. Has Tierney come on? Am I missing something here? Somebody just said Tierney's on. He's not, is he? No, he's not. He's not. I thought I'd miss one there. Here's Sambi Lokonga. Be brave. Look forward. You got to be brave. Keeping the ball ain't enough today. This is United. We're not playing against some mid-table, low team. The refs love United. They've got good quality individually. Look at Jesus. You got to be in the area. Martinelli hits the byline. He's got support. Here's Gabriel Jesus. 25 yards out. Twist, turns. Goes past one. Oh, Zinchenko recovers it. Oh, it's a bad ball. It's a bad ball. Goes out for a United throw. Half a chance there. Good little run by Jesus. Dribbles. The problem is he's got to get past 2 or 3 players to get a shot. Look at Jesus. Look what he does to Bruno. Chops him. Gets a little pass for Varane. Varane gets something on it. Are we playing 3 at the back? Have we changed system? It looks a little bit different. Saliba. Are we going Saliba, Ben White, Gabriel? I'm not sure. It looks like it, but maybe it's just with the inverted fullback. Second half. Yeah, we're underway. They meant Paul Tierney get him on for United. NR11. Curtis, I think one member from each team should be able to listen to the refs' communication. Yeah, they're trying to protect the refs, though, aren't they? They don't want to... Saka, man! You're doing a stupid back heel and giving the ball away. We win the ball back, luckily. Saliba. You got to feel your way into the game before you start. You do back heels when you're on fire. Not when you're not playing great. Please shoot more. That's all I want. Here's Sambi Lokonga. Gets the ball out wide to Martinelli. We have to keep getting Martinelli one-on-one with Dallo. He's got the run of him if he gets time and space. Sambi Lokonga finds Granit Xhaka. These two have to lift their level in this second half. Here's Saka. Right-hand side's got two players on him. Ben White's right there. Gives it him. Little dink in the area. That kind of cross ain't going to do nothing. Sambi, be brave, bro. Be brave. You got to pick the pass. Gabriel. Arsenal started off the second half a little bit better. Controlling possession. Can we create a decent opportunity? Gabriel gives the ball away. So needless. And United on the break. Goes out of play. Anthony couldn't quite reach it. Gabriel does not need to give the ball away there. He's got a simple pass out wide. We can't rely on the ref. We forget the ref. We have to win the game ourselves. Can't rely on refs. Top teams don't rely on refs. Zinchenko throwing for Arsenal. Offer me a point right now, I would take it. I got to be totally honest. Because we're not amazing how we're playing. But on the flip side, I believe if we can score in the first 15, 20, that we can beat them. And the substitutions are going to be crucial. Here's Saliba, finds Saka. Ben White on the overlap. Does overlap him now. I'm trying to help him. Saka. Just pass the ball. Simple. You don't need to run every time. There we go. Gabriel, keep the ball. Rami said the fans are very loud. We've got very good away support, to be fair. They're very, very loud on the roads. Can we create a big opportunity? Sambi, come on. Come on. Come on. Better. Much better, Sambi. Finds Martinelli, left-hand side of the penalty area. Up against Dallo. 2 step-overs. Runs him to the byline. Good tackle by Dallo. Stops the cross there, although Dallo gives it away. Bang. Good tackle, Granit Xhaka. United get the ball back, though. Needed a bit better with the end product there. And United give the ball away. Arsenal win it back. Xhaka, that was better play from Sambi. Decent pass. You've got to be brave. You have to. In order to be great, I always think you've got to be willing to make a mistake. Bravery is you're going to take a risk that is a mistake if it doesn't work out. Sambi and Granit have to be brave. Not everything can be a simple 10-yard ball back to the fullback. That ain't going to win us this game. So that's better. Tuki said, Curtis, if we lose, we cannot solely blame the disallowed goal. Bad decision, but it's only the 30th minute. You can't. Oh, we're down the sides. Jesus! Oh, my days! Martin Odegaard has missed a sitter. Martinelli whips it in. Back post to Saka. Great touch. He turns on his right foot. Saka puts it wide. What a double chance. Saka's appealing for a penalty. Please do a VAR check. Martin Odegaard with a huge opportunity again. Arsenal are appealing for a penalty. We're going to get a VAR check here. Saka turns him. I mean, he takes him out after the shot. That's why you don't shoot, they're saying. Are we getting a VAR check here, please? He's down on the floor, injured. Malacia got turned inside out. Saka on his right foot, pulled it wide. Malacia took him out off the ball. I don't think we're getting a VAR check here, people. Or if we are, they've already said no. I think because he got the shot off, they've played on. What a chance. Gabriel Jesus bullies Lisandro, finds Odegaard. What kind of shot is that? What kind of foolish shot is that from Odegaard? Great touch by Saka. Malacia gambles. I mean, he clatters him off the ball. He's appealing for a penalty. He don't want to give it. He ain't going to give us a thing today. He ain't going to give us nothing. I think because he got the shot off, that's why they're not giving the penalty. Unfortunately. Should have scored. I'm sorry, Odegaard's shot should have hit the target at least. You know, absolute shocker of a shot. We play on. Was that a penalty on Saka? I think because he got the shot off, they played on. It was a free kick to United. The shot went wide. Here's Zinchenko. Goes all the way back to Ramsdale. Ziggy said Oda fraud. Listen, like I always say, Odegaard is a good player, but there has to be more end product in big games. You have to shoot. Here's Ben White. Finds Saka. Does well. Great little 1-2 chance. Martinelli, left-hand side of the area again. Can he produce something? Saka on the overlap. Saka. Back post. Ben White. Oh, it's the top of the net. Bakayo. You need a better ball. Puts out for a goal kick. Saka, I'm finding it really difficult to watch him today. He does great in the first little bit of the build-up. Martinelli drops in. You've got to put a decent cross in. It's a terrible cross. Terrible, terrible cross. Yeah, Fran, listen, I get you. I know you're a big fan of Odegaard, but at the same time, he's not playing well, man. We can't excuse it. Odegaard's a £35 million player who plays every week. He's getting in great positions and not shooting. Yeah, I get it. Sambi and them man are hiding. And I don't agree with it at all. I don't agree with it. But you could say in their defence, Sambi don't play every week. Sambi isn't an experienced player. And probably shouldn't be in this position, you know? So I get your point. I do get your point. But I can't let Odegaard hide. I'm sorry. You know, he's in a great situation. He should be in the target. Fan singing he's one of your own. Paul Tierney is one of your own. For me, the referee's shocking today, but I don't want to do the ref thing too much. The goal was our fault that we conceded. And the missed chances were our fault. Fran said he just don't shoot, but he's not hiding. Yeah, but Fran, come on. Attacking midfielder, shooting is vital. You know, that can win you the game. Yeah, I'd rather he shoots than don't shoot. But then when he shoots and does it like that, maybe he shouldn't shoot. Leroy said, this is what it's going to be against big teams. Just win those games to get us in the top 4. Yeah, listen, as I said, for me, he's got to be brave and take people off. I don't care how big their reputation is. Bring ESR on. You know, he's a better finisher. Listen, we always knew Xhaka and Sambi was going to be a problem, I'm afraid. We just always knew that. They got to be braver this half. Here is Odegaard. Listen, he is getting on the ball, but need a better shot. Here's Sambi Lokonga. Finds Saka. Right-hand side. That's a foul. Malacia runs into the back of him. Is he going to get booked? Is Tierney going to book anyone today who plays for Man United? That's what I want to know. Is he going to... He pulls his shirt, then bundles him over. Is that not a yellow card? Please. Wasim said, Bambi off, give Vieira a go, nothing to lose. Yeah, 100. That centre midfield pairing has to get broken up in this game. Anthony's coming off for United. 57 minutes. They're winning 1-0, but they make the early change. Great finish, to be fair. Yeah, time out for Franit. Franit carries on with the Odegaard fanboy, and he's having 3 minutes on the naughty step. I don't care. I'm not having it. You got to shoot better than that. It's all right doing it against, Fulham. I want to see you at United when the real pressure's on. Who came on then, by the way? I didn't even see that. Oh, Ronaldo. That's all we want, innit? You know what I mean? That's all you need. You can just bring Ronaldo on. Ronaldo is on. Rashford goes out wide. Odegaard free kick. Whipped into the back post. Headed away. Saliba wins it back. Zinchenko. Here's Saliba. What's he got? Against Dallo. Wins a throw-in. Cristiano Ronaldo comes on. I'm not happy about that. I know people saying, he's 37 years of age, all that. One thing with Ronaldo, he gets a big chance. It's a big problem, 3,000 of you still in the chat. Amazing support. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Can Arsenal find an equaliser and maybe go on for a win? I think I've stayed pretty calm today, to be honest, considering we're losing a massive game. I still believe we can get back into it. Zinchenko finds Ben White. We need to score the next goal and give ourselves some time. I still think we can win this. Here's Saka. Right-hand side. It's a good idea. He puts out for a throw-in. I mean, Bakayo looks short of confidence at times for me. On one hand, like, he's not, because he's playing difficult things, difficult passes. But then it has to work, you know? I don't know. I don't know what you do with the substitutions here. 31 minutes to go. I'd like to see Fabio Vieira. Here's Odegaard. Gabriel Jesus. Here's Saka. Yeah! Come on! Come on! Bukayo Saka! Yes! Equaliser for the Gunners! Yes! Let's go! Good ball by Odegaard. Jesus makes a nuisance of himself. And Bukayo Saka with the equaliser. Yes! Odegaard with the pass. Hey, he can pass. He just can't shoot. Never doubted Saka. Hey, listen. That's poor defending. Malacia. Ball watching. Ball rebounds out to him. De Gea's in no man's land. And he scores. Big goal for Saka, that. I think that gets his season going. I really do. Said all along, he needs a goal. Let's win this now. Telling you. Big game on. Arsenal won. Manchester United won. Come on. Saka, he needed that goal. No VAR checks now. Yeah, I always rated him. Now, listen. With Saka, what we said so many times, even during this game, you're playing well. Where's the end product? There's the end product. Cool, we keep it moving. Always rated him. Does Jesus get an assist for that? I'm purely saying this because he's in my fantasy team, so I want the assist. I don't know if he was tackled and it fell to Saka or whether Jesus got on it. Here's Sambi Lokonga. Come on. Move the ball. You ain't got time for that, Sambi. Move the ball. Yes. Move. Pass. Yes, Sambi. Like a young Yaya. Go on, lad. Go on, Bukayo. Yes. Oh, Granit. You're not even prepared for the pass. Come on. Let's beat these now. Arsenal. 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 Come on. Let's go. Oh, Sancho is offside there. Who scored for us? Saka. Saka looks angry. Love it. Odie not hiding, brings that, understand the role. Nah, Fran, you're fanboying hard for Odegaard. Listen, nobody questioned his passing. Passing's good. We're all saying the guy don't shoot when he's in shooting positions. I think that's fair. That's fair. You know, you can't... to me, as an attacking midfielder, you got to be able to pass and shoot. You look at the elite attacking midfielders, they can shoot. So I don't think the criticism is unfair. Fran's, I don't know, maybe he's invested in Odegaard, got shares in him. One more and that's 3 minutes. You can go and buy some crypto for 3 minutes. Fully deserved the equaliser, 100%. Here we go. Oh, we're balling. Jesus, is that a foul? Oh, Malacia clattered Saka there. I thought he fouled him. I think he did win the ball. Ericsson finds Rashford. Rashford could be in. He's up against Gabriel. Great defending, Gabby. Yes. Get out of here, Rashford. He's offside as well. Yeah, Fran's definitely capping. Franic capper. Will them on. Yeah, we got to will them on. We can win this. Oof, that was a tight offside. I think he's just off. The one thing I'll say, even if we lose, is that it's a decent level of performance. Often we go hiding. Listen, I want 3 points. I want 3 points now. I've had enough. I said if we score early, we can beat them. We got 28 minutes. They look rattled. Here's Martinelli, left-hand side for Arsenal. Gabby Jesus. Martinelli into the area. Martinelli into the area. Whips it in. Corner. Come on! Arsenal! 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 Come on! He's got Dallo in his pocket. We've got them. We've got them, people. I'm telling you. They are there to be beaten. They are not great. I've said it all along. Saka's birthday is tomorrow. Keep that in mind. Corner taken short. Zinchenko gets the ball back out wide to Martinelli. He's got space. Whips it in. He doesn't beat the first defender. That's a chance. Comes back out to Sambi. You got to move the ball quickly. You got to move the ball. Ends up all the way back at Ramsdale. But listen, let's keep possession with a better team. Let's win this. Ramsdale with the long diag. It's a decent ball, that. Headed out. Oh, it's a throw into United, I think. No? Yeah, he's giving it to United. We can win this. Kamani said, just realised I'm the only Arsenal fan in a 3-mile radius. It was noisy when United scored. Snake Eye said, I said 2-1 Arsenal. I think I did as well. I did. I said 2-1. I'm claiming it. A lot of people said 2-1. Big up Snake Eyes. Shameless settings, man. Yeah, we can win this. Fred's coming on for United. That's a strange one. Surely Casemiro comes on. Maybe he wants his energy. I'm not sure. 1-1. Winnable game. Throw into Arsenal. 26 minutes to go. And a very winnable game now. I said it all along in the first half. United haven't looked great. They have not looked great. Their goal was against the run of play. If we win 2-1, you make 1.5k to Cody Mystified. Let's hope you win that, man. Dan Boseman said, I'm in an Irish pub watching the game in the south of France. Can't be bad, man. Can't be bad. Fred coming on, apparently. Fred Flintstone. Yeah, no fake scores in the comments, man. Oh, through ball. Rashford, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Marcus Rashford. He scores. Marcus Rashford makes it 2-1. How? Please explain it to me. How did he get 1-on-1? We've blown it. We've absolutely blown it. How one ball opens up the defence. You've thrown it away after all that hard work. How many times have I said I'd take Rashford at Arsenal, by the way? I just got a sucker punched again. Midfield's non-existent. Odegaard popped. Zinchenko on the wrong side. Absolutely outrageous ball from Bruno. Saliba gets done. Is a block on the shot. What can I say? The ball from Bruno Fernandes is absolute different gravy. Rashford's lucky because the shot deflects off Ben White. 2-1. Oh, I didn't even put our goal up, did I? That's how bad it is. My head's gone, people. Blown it. Absolutely bottled it from a position we should have gone on to win. Sucker punched. Absolute sucker punch. Can't even cap. The ball from Bruno's outrageous. Can't believe it. Rashford is off, I think, as well. Can't believe it. My phone's going mad. Fran, one thing I will give you a lot of sense on is you was in the Rashford thing on. You don't need to time yourself out for Rashford, but we found out the hard way. He makes runs off the back of you. He's got pace. If you find him and he's playing central, he'll hurt you. Oh, he hasn't come off. Sancho's come off for Fred. Can't believe it. I cannot believe we conceded then. For me, the biggest problem with Arsenal is game management. And I think the lack of experience is one of our problems. 1-1. United rattled. Arsenal the better team. One ball and they're 1-on-1. When do you see Arsenal getting 1-on-1 situations like that against the bigger teams? You know, they don't allow it to happen. We've put a lot into it, but ultimately, if we lose the game, it is... we're back to square one. But listen, we got to keep believing we can get back in this game. Like I said, people, you give me a point now, I'll take it. I got to be honest, I thought we could win the game. Midfield's poor. Bruno is in that 10 role unmarked, you know? Poor midfield. No one picking him up. One thing you can't do with Bruno Fernandes is give him space. You can't give him space. As much as I say he's a cheat and he's a rat face. Look, oh, we've given the ball away. What a save, Ramsdale. Ramsdale gives the ball away, trying to play out. Bruno 1-on-1. Ramsdale saves it. McTominay's in. Great tackle, Gabriel. Well, now see, game management. The difference between a good team and a great team. What is Aaron Ramsdale doing there? What is he doing? You're under pressure. I mean, I get it. He's begging for a midfielder. Zinchenko's on his heels. Bruno tries to chip him. It's a great save. We're hanging on now. I'm sorry, the midfield's non-existent. It's as simple as that. Ball whipped in, flicked on, goes away to the back post. Here's Bruno. You give quality players time and space, they will damage you. As much as I can't stand Bruno Fernandes, you give him time, he's going to cause problems. It's one of the best passes I've seen this season in the Premier League. And I'm sorry, 69 minutes gone. Where's the substitutions? You paid 35 million for Fabio Vieira. We need to change this game. We have to make a sub. We need to make some subs. What's the point buying Fabio Vieira if you can't bring him on in a game? You know, I don't understand it. I don't understand the purpose of buying him if we're not going to play him. Odegaard gets caught on the ball there. Fred rattles him. United look like they've got more energy. We look tired. They've made subs. Fred's on. Ronaldo's on. Look at that! What is that, Paul? If he does not book McTominay, fine. McTominay rugby tackles Gabriel Jesus. Literally just grabs him and pulls him down. Arteta, man, you're on 8.5 million. Earn your bread. Earn your bread. Because I ain't seeing substitutions. I'm not seeing tactical changes. I'm just seeing you stick him with the same thing that's not working. So I need to see something. Here come Arsenal. Jesus in the penalty area. Chance. Shoots. Puts it wide. Tries to bend it into that far corner. I think he thinks that was close. At least he had a shot. Good little turn there on Varane. Great little turn. Tries to bend it in the far corner. Ooh, I think De Gea was a little bit flat-footed there, you know, but reactive subs, people. I don't like it. You might as well go for it now. We're 2-1 down, even if you throw Eddie up top and go 4-4-2, bring Vieira on. Here is Eddie coming on. Didn't think I'd ever say this, but I'm happy to see Eddie coming on because we need something different. Oh, dear. Here's Odegaard. Tries to find Saka. Saka didn't make the run. And United win possession back. Saliba. Some people getting at Saliba on social media saying he didn't track. Oh, Sambi, that's horrendous. Gives the ball away. Here's Ronaldo, left-hand side. United on the attack. Sambi gave it away. Ronaldo whips it into the back post. Oh, it goes out. Goes out for a goal kick. Saliba getting a bit of criticism saying he didn't track Rashford's run. Vieira, yeah, get him on. I promise you Arteta will be standing there until the 83rd minute before making a sub. Well, Eddie's coming on, but why not Vieira? 35 million, the guy don't kick a ball for us. Yep, Vieira, Smith-Rowe, Eddie and Nketiah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Triple change. Be interesting to see who he takes off. For me, I'd take Sambi off. I don't actually know how I'd take off. Sambi would come off. Let's see who comes off now. 3 changes. I'm sure Gabriel Jesus will stay on. 8, Martin Odegaard off. Fran, what are you saying now? Who we got next? Odegaard for Smith-Rowe. Xhaka takes the armband. Sambi's got to come off for Vieira. Come on, Vieira, mate. Let's see what you're about, bro. ESR for Odegaard. I don't mind that. Who's the second one? Sambi, yeah. Not good enough for me. I'm sorry. We can talk about potential and all of that until the cows come home. And Zinchenko comes off. Yeah, for me. I will go to a back 3, I reckon, now with Zinchenko off. Probably play Ben White, Saliba and Gabriel as a back 3. Vieira finally makes his debut. Can he play that through ball? £35 million signing. Excited to see him on the pitch. 17 minutes to go, people. Sambi bang average. Didn't want the ball enough, I'm afraid. Doesn't believe in himself enough. Maybe he doesn't have the talent for him. And I agree with this. And I know we've said this 10 times over again, but Guendouzi's a far better player than him. Far better player. Guendouzi cost 9 million for Marseille. Sambi, as of yet, for me, I'm yet to be convinced this guy is good enough. Granit Xhaka, for me, you can hype him as much as you want when we're playing well and we're beating teams. When it comes to the big games, is he effective enough? For me, Granit Xhaka's been just as bad as Sambi Lokonga for me today. And that's the reality. He hasn't been in the game enough. You know, hardly touched the ball today, Granit. So, but we'll talk about it in more detail tomorrow. We get a draw, and I will be a bit calmer. But at the moment, I'm fuming. There is no way on earth we should be losing this game. Mangi said Sambi is not a 6. Simple as that. He is at 8. Is he even that great in the 8 role, though? Man United 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper. Eriksen, Rashford in support. Finds Rashford. Rashford scores. Game, set, and match. Our only hope here, people, is that Eriksen is offside. Otherwise, it's end the stream settings, Dave. Caught out on the counter-attack once again. Non-existent. 1-on-1, 2-on-1 with Ben White. Eriksen finds Rashford, taps it in. Game, set, and match. Roger Federer, 6-love, 6-1, 3-1. Please tell me that Eriksen's offside. He's onside. It's game over. With my permission, people, just leave the stream if you want. We don't deserve this foolishness. We don't deserve it. I feel like genuinely just locking the stream off. I feel like locking it off. I've had enough. We're done. Rashford scores 2. Opened us up. See you at 2 p.m. tomorrow, people. It's a mess. We're a mess. Rashford, remember all them Arsenal fans who dissed him? I'd never take him. Game over. Bottled it. Simple ball. And we've bought VAR's given it. Game. This is what I've said time and time again, people, right? Some people say I'm not even shouting today. I'm not shouting, because it's one of them when you did something really bad when you was a kid and your mum says, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. Jesus gets booked. For all of our good runs, for all of our talents, for all the young players, ultimately, this squad is still not good enough. Squad is the key word. Our squad is not good enough. They're bringing on Ronaldo. They're bringing on Casemiro. We haven't got that level of player. We just haven't, right? We're good when everything's going good. When things get difficult, we can't quite handle it. Now, this isn't panic station. It's not the end of the world. It's not me having a meltdown. It's not me saying Arteta out. It's me saying it's clear to me we do not have sufficient backup in certain areas of the pitch. Sambi was good against Aston Villa the other night. Today, he has been nowhere near good enough. Granit Xhaka, for all the hype around him in this Gundogan role, he hasn't been involved in this game enough today. Nowhere near enough. Martin Odegaard played a good ball in the build-up to the pass. Didn't damage United enough when he got in good shooting positions. I don't care what anyone says. Saka got his goal in the end. Fair play to him. Martinelli, goal disallowed, unlucky. Apart from that, good runs, not enough end product. I think the defence has been exposed a little bit today. Not by the fact that the defence is poor. I think when you've got a young back four in a big game, you need protection from your midfield. I don't think Sambi and Xhaka have done much to protect that back four today. We've been wide open. One ball and they're getting one-on-ones with a goalkeeper. When do we get one-on-ones like that? You know? So, it's one of them. I think if you watch this channel on a regular basis, this is a very different reaction for me. Usually I'd be having an absolute meltdown at losing this game. I'm trying to understand what has happened today. 3-1 down to United in a game where they haven't played that well. On paper, it looks like we've took a beat down here. 3-1 at United. at 1-1, we were the team looked most likely to win it. We didn't grab it. Young, inexperienced team, a little bit naive, a little bit wet behind the ears. For me, I think we made an absolute huge mistake on Thursday by sitting there and refusing to strengthen this squad. And it's going to come back and bite us. Only positive thing, we're top of the league regardless of the result. But this, for me, is a massive blow. I'm sorry, it is. This United team were there to be beaten today. The goals were all avoidable, in my opinion. They've scored 5 goals before this game. They scored 3 against us. How does that happen? You know? But it is what it is. 100% real talk, Big C. Big up Lissandro Martinez. Yeah, he's come off injured. He's played well. Curtis, we can't panic buy. That's BS. I'm sorry, it's BS. In the most respectful of ways, it's BS. It's not difficult to find a midfielder in world football with 72 hours, as he kept saying, that is better than Granit Xhaka, El Neni and Sambi Lokonga. I'm sorry, it's not. That ain't a panic buy. That's just a better player. Here's Emil Smith-Rowe. Finds Gabriel Martinelli. Can we do something? Martinelli crosses it. Dalot blocks it. We're done. We're finished. We're done. This game's over. This game is over. Bagel FC today, man. No middle. Nothing. Xhaka non-existent. Sambi didn't want the ball enough. Odegaard didn't want to shoot. Midfield, not good enough. Defence got isolated and exposed. Didn't take our chances in attack. I can't believe it. Here's Gabriel Jesus. We got a chance. He does well. It's a foul again. The fridge Maguire takes him out, gets a yellow. I don't care about saved wages. I don't care about January transfer window. I don't care about 10 games till the World Cup. Why do we always have to wait until the next scenario? Why can't we just deal with the situation that is at hand? You know, the transfer window's open. You need a midfielder, so buy a midfielder. Not, oh, let's survive 10 games till the World Cup. Let's get to January, then we'll buy someone. We all know January is a harder window than the summer. It's unlikely we'll buy a midfielder in January. Left ourselves short, people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Douglas Luiz plays centre midfield today. Who knows? You know, maybe we're a better team today. An experienced Premier League midfielder. You're putting people into situations that they can't handle. I don't blame Sambi Lokonga for a quiet performance today. He's probably not good enough to play centre midfield in the 6 away at Old Trafford. But he's being put in that situation, and he shouldn't be in that situation. Whose fault is that? That's the manager. That's the recruitment. And unfortunately, they're the cards we're dealt now. You know, I joked the other day about Ross Barkley, people. Yo, the way I feel right now, take Ross Barkley till the end of the season. Free kick, Granit Xhaka, 25 yards out. Can he slap it in the top corner? No, he can't. Hits a Man United player on the head. Come on. Little scrappy goal. Don't care how we get it. No, they clear it. They wanted it. They wanted it badly today, Man United. Oh, my God. Oh, look. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. If they score, I'm done. I'm coming off the stream. I need a break. Granit Xhaka. If you're watching the game right now, you understand why I'm doing this. Granit Xhaka just tackled himself right in front of Arteta, and they nearly. I'm done. We don't need this on a Sunday. Sunday's the day of rest. We don't need this. I need a break. I need Sunday dinner. Granit Xhaka's tackling himself. He looks great in the Gundogan role, they told me. Xhaka just tackled himself. He looks great in the Gundogan role, they told me. Game's gone, people. Everton at home next week. Zurich away midweek. We have to bounce back. How are you losing 3-1 to this United team is beyond me. In front of Arteta as well. Imagine Arteta seeing him do that. He tried to play the ball, tangled his legs up, fell over. And Ronaldo's pass, oh. The commentary's disappearing now. I haven't got a lot to say. unless we get a goal and give ourselves 3 or 4 minutes. How are we losing 3-1 to this United? They've got 5 goals all season. They've scored 3 against us. Here's a chance. Eddie is blocked off. Ref says no. Of course he does. We ain't going to get nothing out of this guy. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Is that not a foul? I don't know. They have a better manager. No. Family podcast. Don't do that to me, please. They have. No, they have. Yeah. They have. They have. I'm sorry they have. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about today. I'm trying to figure out how we're losing 3-1 to this guy. To this Man United team. I don't get it. I've watched this United team 3 or 4 times. They're average. Individually, they got some great players. Collectively, they're not that good. Remember all them times I said I'd take Rashford for that direct running up front? We don't do that. We're pulling Gabriel Jesus into midfield because our midfield can't get on the ball. The only positive is that we're first in the Premier League. That's the only thing. Here's Fabio Vieira. He puts it over the bar. Send him back to Portugal as well. He's lightweight. I'll give him a chance. I'm joking, by the way, but I'd have loved him to just volley that in the top corner. Ref's been poor, but can't depend on him. No chance. If you're relying on refs, then there's a problem. Big football clubs don't rely on refs. Yeah, at least Fabio Vieira shot, but looks like he's been shooting with Nuno Tavares and Thomas Partey. Scored 5 all season. They score 3 against Arsenal, and they haven't even played that well. This is a bad one. We need to brush this off quick. We need to go to Zurich on Thursday, roll them over with the reserves, and beat Everton at home next week. That's it. This game is going to be bad. I'm getting messages galore from United fans. They're hammering me. Let's have a look at... I know I'm going ahead of myself here, but we got to look forward. Who is next week's fixtures? Chelsea go to Fulham. Liverpool play Wolves. Man City, Tottenham next week. Drop points for one of them. We play Everton. Man U go to Palace. Hopefully, at least a couple of teams drop points. We have... Just don't get it. I don't understand this performance. I'm literally can't believe what's going on. I can't believe the way we've been beaten here. Makes me look at our team like we're not actually that good. Individually, I think, oh, look at this guy, Malacia. Get up, you cheating little prick. Rance is going to be cooking. I don't hide. You know me, people, I don't hide. I give it, so I take it. Ross Barkley on a free, anyone? I'm telling you. People think I'm joking, though. Like, people think I'm joking. I would genuinely take Ross Barkley till the end of the season. He's better than Sambi Lokonga. And he's better than Granit Xhaka. And he's better than El Neni. Desperate times. Windows closed. Gunpowder run dry, man. Yeah, man. Listen. Where do we go from here? Listen, Ish, let me say something, right? I'm emotional right now in the sense of, like, I'm fuming. We've lost to United. I'm getting bantered by my friends. We've lost 3-1. It looks as if they've slapped us. So I'm fuming. So my reaction's different. But I've been a lot calmer today. I would usually be going absolutely crazy. Where do we go from here? We've got to take our medicine for the next few days in the sense of United fans are going to banter us. We got to accept that. Christian Eriksen gets man of the match. We got to take getting cooked for a couple of days. All you got to say to United fan, we're above you in the table. So shut your mouth. That's all we've got. Tell them we're above them in the table. However, all Arsenal have got to do is go to Zurich on Thursday, play the fringe players, beat them, come back, play Everton on Sunday. Everton at home. They looked better yesterday against Liverpool, but we should be beating them. And beat them and stay top of the league. Like I said, next week, Tottenham play Man City away. Manchester United play Palace away. They're tough games for them. People going to drop points. We need to make sure we win next week. The problem I've got today is that I'm looking at this team and I've just got this horrible feeling that we don't have enough strength in depth. I think we knew it, but I think when you see it, it's like, there's no hiding from it. You can just see that we can't really turn to the bench and change the game enough. And that's the problem for me. It's a painful one. It's a painful one today. There's no doubt about it. That is a painful defeat. 3-1 to United at Old Trafford after being at 1-1. It's a horrible one. Good ball there by Vieira. It's cleared. McTominay clears it. It's a corner. This is on Arteta, says Khalid. I think this is about the bigger picture. I think this is the recruitment or the lack of it. The players for not reacting at 1-1. And Arteta for he didn't change tactics. We haven't played bad at all, only since we've tried to go more attacking. No protection in front of the back four. Cost us no midfield reinforcements. You've got to blame the staff members for that. If you haven't played bad and you've lost 3-1, that's worrying. That's a worry, To me, if you've lost 3-1, I would rather you played really bad and they battered you. If you've played decent and lost 3-1 to this United team, that is a worry for me. I'm going to be totally honest. Because Leicester are bottom of the league. And they competed more with Man United than this. Andrew said, I promised to myself I won't watch Arsenal if Xhaka plays. I went back on my words. Because Arsenal is in good form, shut down the TV like Henry. Don't need to watch Xhaka's crap. Problem with Arsenal fans at times, not all fans, some fans. Arsenal fans get very caught up in form. Granit Xhaka's in good form, so all of a sudden, people start jumping in the comments. Admit you was wrong about Xhaka. Xhaka's been brilliant this season. Okay, cool. How did Granit Xhaka play today? Non-existent. And he was the experienced midfielder, the in-form midfielder, the 100 grand a week midfielder who got a new contract. That's a penalty. Referee, is that not a penalty? He ain't going to give it. Ronaldo's playing passes with his shoulder. It's all mad. Shoot. Oh, Smith Rowe puts it over. The game's done anyway. The game's done. 4 minutes added on. Was that a pen, Jesus? They're not even showing you the penalty attempt. It's desperate, man. It's desperate. It's a painful one. Old Trafford's rocking. There weren't enough tactics today. There weren't. He made a change in the 57th minute, Ten Hag. Even though they were winning 1-0. He made a change in the 57th minute. Right? Because he knew Anthony wasn't fully fit. He's only just signed. He changed the game. Got more solid and caught us on the break. We didn't do anything until it was too late. They're in again. Fred, left-hand side of the penalty area, whips it in back post. Bruno pulls it back, looking for Ronaldo. It's a great chat. We're getting opened up. Ronaldo's fuming. Not good enough. 2 bends and a disallowed goal. I'm not even going to blame the ref. Ref's been awful. He's an awful ref anyway. I don't think he's done enough to cost us this game. I think we cost ourselves. First goal could have counted possibly, but it was a soft foul. He's been a terrible ref, but the goals are our fault. The missed chances are our fault. So there's a fine line between young and immature. And I think at times this Arsenal team is immature and naive. I think somebody just put it in the comments. Let me give you the credit because I did just see somebody put it. Stuart53 says naive. I agree. I think at times this team is naive and immature and inexperienced. I think there's a knack to beating top teams, to turning games around, to knowing how to handle that pressure. I don't think Arsenal do it well enough. And it's something they have to learn. It's Fabio Vieira with the shot straight at De Gea. I mean, at least he's shooting. 9 games in October. Tell you what, whatever they need to do to get Thomas Partey fit, they better do it, because our midfield without him is bang average. Mid-table at best. And I mean like mid-table. Southampton's midfield might be better than ours, mate. James Ward-Prowse and whoever plays midfield with him, I don't even know. But Man United have beaten us. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Despite what on paper, and if we look through the game, is a pretty decent performance for the majority of the game from Arsenal, I think that's an eye-opener, that defeat for Arsenal. I think that's an eye-opener. I think if you go to Manchester United and Ronaldo rips you apart and Sancho nutmegs you and Bruno's pulling the strings and you can't cope with them and you lose 3-1, I think some days you have to put your hands up and say they were too good. I actually don't think Man United were that great today. The first goal is poor defending. The second goal, we don't track Bruno in the middle. And the third goal, we don't track Eriksen. Midfield runners getting the better of us and our midfielders not picking them up. Not good enough. Not good enough. Said it before and I said it again. If Thomas Partey misses a number of games this season, we will not get top 4. Midfields are your engine room, and our midfield is absolutely bang average. Our midfield is like a 50cc moped, but you're trying to put it in a Ferrari. It can't handle it, brethren. Granit Xhaka's the new Gundogan, they told me. Was that Gundogan? I don't know if that was Gundogan today. I don't know. Sambi Lokonga is the new Yaya Toure, they told me. Is that Yaya Toure? Yaya Sonoga. Don't want the ball. Hides. I still think we're a little bit weak. Still think we're a bit of a soft team. I still think big teams look at Arsenal and think, if you rattle them, especially away from home, I'm not sure if they're going to stand up and be countered. I think they might shy away and go, you know, I'm only 21. I ain't really been in this situation before. Let me go in my shell. I think we've got a lot of turtles in our team. I think when they feel scared, they put their head back in their shell. We're the Ninja Turtles. In fact, we're not the Ninja Turtles because they actually have a fight and pull out swords. We're still a bunch of baby turtles, mate. When we look up, we go, wow, Old Trafford, 75,000. Rashford's running at me. Anthony's doing skills out on the right. They go, do you know what I do? Head disappears into the shell. Oh, no, I can't handle it. Granit Xhaka non-existent. Been getting all the plaudits the last few weeks. New Gundogan, they called him. Didn't look like Gundogan today. Not good enough. Got what we deserved in the end. Naive performance. I'm sorry, naive. And I'm very frustrated with that. Naive performance. No way we should have lost 3-1, but the team didn't manage the game properly at 1-1. Subs were too late to impact. Awful to lose that one. Let's get into your comments, people. Man said City's winning the league. Bro, we all knew that. Come on. We all knew City have won the league. You might as well give them the league. We were never winning the league. Can't win every game, but yeah, there's a way of losing, in my opinion. That's what I would say. I'm not sitting here saying Arsenal should win every week. We're not a great team. We're a good team. We're not a great team. There's a way of losing, and I don't think that was acceptable in the end. I think we kind of just capitulated to lose 3-1. Ronaldo could have been 1-on-1 at the end. Could have been 4. Didn't create a lot in the second half. Club have to bounce back. I think we're lucky that we got Everton next week at home. I think they're very beatable. Europa League game in the week. Man saying get Zaha. The window's closed, my brother. The only player you can sign is a free agent. Ross Barkley, anyone? Listen, we're still top of the league. It's the only positive. That was worrying for me, though. I didn't like that performance. I didn't like the way that we lost. I think if we lose 2-1, we're fighting till the end. I think you can't accept it, but you can understand it a little bit. But the way we sort of went, I just thought we kind of, I don't know. I don't know. But listen, I want to know what other people think. I hope Laurie and Fran are available because I really want to have a chat about this game. Let's see what the lads are saying, man. Let me send the link to Laurie and Fran. I haven't spoke to them. I don't know if they're available, but if any of them can come on, it'd be good to chat. What do you make of it, people? Listen, one thing I will say, a lot of people going, don't overreact. I think I'm being quite calm. I genuinely think I'm being quite calm. This, for me, is quite calm. Usually I'm shouting and going crazy. I don't think we managed that situation good enough. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see what he's saying in the comment. Man saying October's going to be a bloodbath. Still top of the league. Don't be negative. Be balanced. Constructive criticism is fine. People have to understand when you lose a game of football, a big game, there's nothing wrong with pointing out what went wrong. Doesn't mean you're being negative. It means you're picking out what didn't work. I don't think I'm being negative. I think every Arsenal fan should be very disappointed that we lost that game 3-1. I don't think Man United were amazing today. Will McKenzie, Curtis, I'm fuming. F the youth project. We need that in these games. Facts. You need that bite. You need that bit of bite. I can't stand Bruno, you know. I can't stand him. I think he's a cheat. But he plays on the edge. He pushes referees. He rolls around. He tries to get players sent off. He'll gamble on the pass that will get you a through ball, get you one-on-one. Have we got enough players that play on the edge? Sometimes you need that, I'm afraid. You don't like them a lot of the time. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Fran can't come on. I don't know if Laurie can. We'll see what he's saying. Big T, we never learn as Arsenal fans. Gassed over beating teams we should beat. Face a little quality, we get slapped. Back to reality. Sambi out, Vieira in. We've seen enough. That Vieira looks very lightweight to me. Looks very lightweight. I'm not sure he could play centre mid in the Premier League. I think he's more of a number 10. Floats, connects the play. I don't think he's a centre mid. We're disgracefully short in midfield. Sorry, people. As I said, people saying don't be negative. It's not about being negative. It's about being realistic about where we are. We got beaten today by a team that I don't think we should have lost to. And I don't think United were great. I think we gave them a couple of them goals with naive defending. As I said, the one positive, we're still top, but it's a ticking time bomb. We're not going to stay top. Sambi out, Vieira in, seen enough, said Loz. Latte, I thought Arteta and Edu should understand the importance of midfielders. Upgrade Xhaka and Sambi, replace Thomas 58%. It's not rocket science. It's not, is it? It's not rocket science. Our midfielder, our manager and technical director were midfielders. But left us horribly short in midfield, people. Horribly. Horribly short. Look at Man United's midfield today. McTominay and Eriksen. McTominay, I don't think, is a great player. One thing you get from McTominay, every single game, you get a shift and you get physical presence. He's 6'1", 6'2", he gets stuck in. Typical Scottish centre mid beastie, you know. And then Eriksen got on the ball. They had Casemiro and Fred on the bench. 110 million them two cost. Where's our midfielders? Basuma, 25 mil. Douglas Luiz, you'd have probably got him if you'd have bid for him 2 weeks ago. You didn't get him because you bid for him on the last day of the window. Tielemans been waiting all season. You telling me Tielemans is worse than Sambi and Xhaka today? They have not done their job properly this summer. And a lot of people said after the window on Thursday, calm down, we're top. People will say today, calm down, we're top. But the cracks are appearing. The cracks are appearing. Now, I'm not pressing the alarm. I'm not pressing the big panic button yet and the alarm's ringing out and I'm ranting and raving. I'm quite calm here. However, you can see cracks in Arsenal's armoury that weren't addressed. They got opened up for the first time today a little bit. And it makes you wonder, are we good enough to go to Man City? Are we good enough? For me, it's the way we lost, people. It's the way we lost. We lost 3-1 to a Man United team that didn't play that well. Now, that worries me. I watched Manchester United against Liverpool. They pressed. They were quick. They dominated. They didn't let them breathe. They were fantastic against Liverpool. They deserved to win. I don't think Man United were that great today. Dalot got done loads of times by Martinelli. Saka got the better of Malacia a few times. Jesus had a couple of chances. Odegaard should have shot a few times. We didn't take our chances. We got sucker punched. Our midfield today was poor. Said it many times. Our midfield without Partey is mid-table at best. People think Xhaka is in a good run of form. So what? So what, mate? We all have good days. We all have good weeks, months. Granit Xhaka is not good enough to play centre midfield for Arsenal on a regular, consistent basis if you are trying to play Champions League football. I don't care if he's had 5 good games. I don't care if this new role makes him look like a new player. When it comes to the crunch, he ain't going to handle it. Without Thomas Partey, we do not have a good enough midfield. And the midfield is where a lot of big Premier League games are won and lost. Arsenal should not have lost 3-1 to that Manchester United team with that performance. A couple of them goals could have been prevented. A couple of our chances should have been taken. And I think this is an eye-opener for 73 minutes before he made changes. But it is what it is. You know, there's my little rant. Laurie's in the building. Let me get him in and hear what he has to think. It'd be good to hear his opinion. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo.
Hey. Talk
Can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Because I'm in a slightly different environment, as you can probably guess there.
Yeah.
We had an AFTV game today, which we won. So I came into this game in high spirits, hoping against hope that we would do business. I thought overall it was a very good performance. VAR, once again, I've been tearing my hair out, what's left of it. About
I was going to say, that wouldn't take long.
Well, listen, I've got a trip planned to Turkey coming up, so
yeah, I know.
I'll see you when I get back. But no, on a serious note, my thoughts overall are that the team played well. I've got to say though, and this is going to come as quite an irony actually, because you know yourself, Curtis, that I've been one that I've always been quite critical of the manager in his substitution, saying that he was not proactive enough. Well, today, if anything, he was a bit too proactive. I didn't think all those changes in one go were necessary. And I think that the game changed, actually. I thought we were playing well. I didn't think he needed to make all those substitutions all at the same time. And I think that ultimately that cost us. Because up until those substitutions and the goal, I definitely thought we were the better team. We were in the ascendancy. That was my thoughts. And like I said, the VAR, chalking that goal off, something's got to be done about it. And it's not just an Arsenal thing. You will know, Curtis, I'm going back and forth with you all weekend about VAR ruling out all these goals, going way back into play and some kind of imaginary foul, a little coming together. A player realises he's made a mistake or lost the ball, so they go down, clutching their head or their foot, waiting for the referee to blow up, hoping that if the other team does score, it goes to VAR and it gets chalked off. Saw it in Mendy yesterday. Ridiculous. You know what I mean? And the same was today with that Martinelli goal.
Yeah.
I
think for me, Laurie, what was so disappointing, I don't know what you think. I looked at United today and I thought they were all right. They weren't nothing special. I felt at 1-1, we were more likely to win the game. So the way we got sucker punched with those last 2 goals, I just thought we was a little bit naive. And I thought, we should have managed the game a little bit better.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, you can't argue with that assessment. I mean, listen, I'm disappointed, but it's not like previous performances where we've gone up there and we've been totally outplayed and been outclassed and outworked and outfought. None of those apply to today's performance. I just think that we got a couple of things wrong. The manager, to be fair to him, he did try to tweak it in a positive way. Unfortunately, today it backfired because there was no way that was a 3-1 game. You know what I mean?
No.
In fact, I was kind of thinking to myself that my pre-match prediction, which was a Desmond, was looking very likely. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I mean, it's very disappointing. But the team can hold their heads up high. It wasn't a performance whereby they were played off the park. I thought they did very well for large parts of the game. We were the better team. You know.
Yeah. I mean, listen. For me, I think as much as it hurts Arsenal fans losing to United. I think we have to try and clutch at the fact we're still top. You know, we got Everton next week, very winnable game. I just think, do you think that Edu and Arteta have left this squad short? Because for me, with no Thomas Partey in that midfield, you know, Xhaka has been getting a lot of high praise, didn't really do a lot today. Sambi didn't get on the ball enough for me today. Odegaard did play a part in the goal, but didn't seem to want to shoot. Do you just look at that midfield and think that midfield without Partey is not good enough?
You know what? This was always going to be the issue, wasn't it? I said to Robbie, I did a live show. Yeah.
Good show.
And I said to him, ultimately, we will be defined in how we did in that latest transfer window, in how the results go. Because if we get away and we get some good results, people will say that Arteta and Edu got it right. Don't panic by it. However, if we don't, people will highlight the midfield area and say, come on, you had an opportunity to strengthen it and you didn't. So the jury's still out on that one, I guess, because it's only one game. But it's quite appropriate that you should ask that question. I've got to disagree with you slightly, man. I thought Sambi was outstanding today, given the fact that he went into the cauldron. You have to understand. Well, listen, I don't want
to. Nah, come on, man.
Because you have to understand the role that he was asked to perform. He was being asked to perform. Yeah, I actually do. I'll tell you why. Because you got a young lad in there going into a cauldron of a game, and you have to remember, Curtis, the role that he was asked to perform would have been the same role that El Neni had to perform. Not Partey. You can't compare him to Partey. He was doing the El Neni role. And he did that pretty much, I wouldn't say to perfection. That's stretching a bit too far. But I thought he did very well. I can't really fault him.
Yeah, the clip's got to get let off. The only reason, for me, you look at two of them goals. Bruno Fernandes gets the ball on the half turn, plays the ball unmarked, Rashford 1-on-1. If Sambi's in the 6, he should be close to Bruno. That's the role of the 6, to stop their attacking midfielder. For me, the first goal as well, Bruno gets the ball, no midfielder there. Gabriel has to come out of defense. We get opened up. So two of them goals, I think you could question the midfielder. And also for me, Sambi's 23 next month. Belgian international. I can't give him the young shout. I can't.
No, Curtis, come on, bro. He's hardly played. He's not played, though. And you're bringing him into a game like, I mean, okay, he played the other day against Villa, and I thought he did very well.
He did very well in that game.
I think you're allowing those last 2 goals when, by that time, where the shape had been severely disrupted, I think you're heaping the blame on the young man. I think that's a bit unfair, bro.
Not solely on him. Definitely not solely on him. But 2 of them goals, I think Bruno's unmarked. You're looking for your 6 to mark him. And I don't think he got on the ball and did much. I think he tried. But I just outstanding. I can't. He was better against Villa than he was today. No doubt for me. Far better against Villa.
Maybe outstanding was a bit. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay, let's scale it down a bit. From outstanding to good game. I'm not going to say he had a bad game.
The best thing Sambi did today was tie his laces, I would say.
Really? So you really think he didn't play well?
We were a bagel today, Laurie, and you know what's in the middle of a bagel, don't you? Absolutely nothing.
I think that's so unfair, bro. Like the
Xhaka
guy's
and
terrible.
Sambi today. Listen, Ericsson got man of the match. Bruno got 1 or 2 assists there. And McTominay, even a player that I don't even rate, even he was, I thought, like rattling people and stuff today.
No, but McTominay was getting away with a lot of crap,
But
man.
he's good at that dark art. I think
Yeah.
we lost the midfield battle today. I think we lost it.
I think up until 65 minutes we were winning it.
I don't know. I think it's a tricky one. Maybe I have to watch it back. But for me, the midfield, I think we were winning. I think we were playing well in spite of the midfield rather than because of the midfield, if I'm being honest. But listen, it's all about opinions. Who do you think did play well today? You got anyone you can pick out whose performance has stood out for you?
I think it was a good team performance rather than any like individuals really. I thought Jesus looked good. He looked sharp. He was occupying their defenders, giving them a lot to think about. I mean, Saka was in and out, but I thought he did well at times. Martinelli would play very well, especially in the first half. And we looked all right, man. Yeah, listen, DJ Sweets, we're of the same mindset. Nothing to do with Sambi. He's the guy that the likes of Curtis Shaw of Curtis Shaw TV are going to be digging out. I don't think that's fair on the young man.
I think it is. Listen, to me, top level sport. You're at Arsenal. You're on 50, 60 grand. You're 23. Listen, I'm not saying...
You know what it is, Curtis? Straight away in your assessment, I thought, nope, he's got that wrong. You are comparing Sambi Lokonga to what Partey would do. And I'm saying to you...
I'm not, you know.
I'm saying to you that he was performing what El Neni would do in that team today. So if you compare like with like, I thought he had a good game.
Not for me. Not for me. I think
I think the 2 goals was down to the balance being disrupted rather than Sambi Lokonga.
Listen, I would say if the fairest I could be with him, I would say for Sambi being thrown in at the deep end, I think he tried his best. He put a shift in. He came off. I don't think he affected United going forward.
Yeah, but he was never gonna. That's my argument.
And defensively, 2 of the goals went through Bruno.
Nah.
And that's their attack. And that's a fact. 2 of their goals went through Bruno, and Bruno was unmarked with no midfielder near him.
Why is it him? Was he deployed to specifically mark Bruno? I don't think he was.
I would imagine our number 6 would be the one who'd say, listen, when they're attacking, you got to stop him. Because McTominay ain't going to get forward.
It's a deeper, lower line defensive midfield role. You know what I mean? So
he weren't there, man.
I think you're perhaps, with respect, Curtis. I think you.
I'm telling you, he weren't there.
You are looking at the role that Thomas Partey would be occupying.
No, even El Neni, I would have thought would be closer to him there. I think he's gone wandering. The ball's broke down. He's got caught out by Bruno twice. I think he was.
I would say that in that midfield, Sambi was better than Xhaka today.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Xhaka's performance was pretty much on the floor as well today. Xhaka was awful. It
wasn't one of his better days. It wasn't one of. I mean, but listen, man. We win together. We lose together. I'm not going to put it down to any one person. I would say, however, and I maintain that it seemed to me that the balance was severely disrupted when the substitutions were made. And that's not to blame any of those guys individually, because obviously they're coming on in a difficult situation. I think Arteta tried to chase the game when he didn't have to, because the second goal was against the run of play. I just think that had we held our composure a little bit more, not panicked, we would have had at least another goal-scoring opportunity carved out, which we probably could have taken.
It's a hard one, isn't it, Laurie? Because
way disproportionate to the game, bro. You look at 3-1, you think, yeah, that was comfortable for United. No way.
I just think, Laurie, if you go 2-1 down, 70-odd minutes, people are going to say we're getting tired. If he doesn't make a change, I think people would have been saying, they've just scored, we're 2-1 down, why didn't we bring on a substitute? So I didn't actually have a problem with him making the changes. I thought you know, maybe
Yeah,
he took.
he gambled. He gambled. Listen,
He gambled. He
you can't
gambled.
blame him for trying. But what I'm saying is, it was clear to me that the balance, the flow
It
was
was
just,
disrupted definitely
yeah.
when we
I
made
mean,
subs.
it's an art, in it? Substitutions. You got to get it right.
Yeah.
It's funny because we had a game today, AFTV game, and listen, I'm not for 1 minute comparing the levels. It's the principles I'm talking about, and our manager Scully, as you know, he could have made changes at half time. He stuck with the same team. They got better in the second half and went on to control the game. Sometimes you need to look at your options and think, is it going to work? I mean, listen, I know he was trying to come from a goal down, but it just didn't work today for me, the substitutions. Had he made one rather than three, or even make three, but at different stages, you bring them all on at once. At the end of the day.
I think for me, listen, like the defeat is painful. What for me really bothered me is like I just have this horrible feeling that we're short. In term, you look at those players on the bench. They're bringing on Ronaldo and Casemiro. I know they've spent a lot of money, and it's hard to compare, but I look at our bench and I think you've let players go. Now, we know Pepe wasn't performing. We know Ainsley hasn't been the answer. But surely, if you let Pepe go, you got to bring somebody in. If you let Ainsley go, you got to bring somebody in. I actually look at our bench and I'm almost thinking our bench might be worse than the start of last season. When you look at the players we had last season, and I just don't understand how you leave yourself in that position when you've spent another 150 million.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I would have to agree. Listen, I had a, disagreement with my brother on here the other day, and I said, listen, man, this may be a decision that comes back to bite us in the bum. I think it's too early, obviously, to say that straight away because the team actually did play well today.
Yeah.
And the game today was lost on fine margins, let's be honest. Like I said, up till 65 minutes, we were clearly the better team. But, the game's over 90 minutes. I think in the end, we've got to be honest and say United did deserve it because they were clinical. But I don't think it was a 3-1 game. And I do think that we played well at times. And there were lessons to be learned from that defeat that I hope that we do learn from. So,
yeah. I mean, listen, it's one of them you could talk about until you're blue in the face. I think the positive thing we got.
But I'm not going to have you blaming Sandy for that.
No, listen, I want to make it clear because there's people in the comments saying, "Oh, listen, I'm not blaming this defeat on Sambi Lokonga. I always say, as a player, you get put in a situation that the manager puts you in. If anything, the blame should be on Edu and Arteta for throwing him in at the deep end. However, I'm just not.
When I said that, you said he's a Belgian international. He should be able to get on with it.
No, but I'm not buying into the. I'm not giving him the. Oh, he's young. He's nearly 23. He's played for Belgium. He's not in his ideal role, but he should be able to handle that if he's as good as they say he is. But let's be honest, him and Xhaka were equally as bad today. I don't think Xhaka did anything either. So it's one of them. It's a tough one to take. The only positive, we're top. We've got Everton at home next week, which is a winnable game. Europa League on Thursday, which should be a win. It's just...
It'll be interesting to see the team he plays for that game.
I think he will make a lot of changes, but
But then what's he going to do in midfield? Because it's not...
There ain't a lot to play.
Changes he can make.
Yeah.
See, this is what we're saying, you see. This is what we're saying. And this is a point I was making to Robbie. Now we're entering into Europa League time as well. All you need is another, and God forbid, I hope it doesn't happen. All you need is another calf strain, hamstring, or whatever to one of those midfield guys, and suddenly we're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, if we lost Jesus now, I mean, alarm bells are ringing. I think this is a good point from Desmond. What do you think about this, Laurie? I mean, Man United's front three at the time. You got Anthony, Rashford, Sancho, all quick. Arsenal are on the halfway line almost, while they're just playing a through ball. Rashford had half the pitch to run. Why was we so high? That's a bit naive, wasn't it?
I think it is. I'm always very sort of unless you. It's a very risky strategy to do that, bro. Because one ball over the top or a through pass can unsettle everything when you do that. You know what I mean? You saw Saliba, man. He made a lot of defense saving tackles and last gasp defending, running back, and Gabriel. I thought Gabriel and Saliba had good games, by the way.
I don't know. See, I'm not sure. I'm not sure they did. I thought Saliba did pretty well on a yellow card, but I thought there was a little bit of inexperience in them two today. I think a more experienced centre back would have said, "We're under the cosh. Let's drop back a bit." For me, if I'm playing against Rashford, the last thing I'm doing is leaving 40 yards of space behind me because he can.
You know what? You know what, Curtis? I would bet my mortgage on it. That's what Arteta told him to do.
It must have come from him.
And this goes back to something that I said to my brother. And again, we got into a little argument about it. And I was saying to him, Robbie, I would take a draw at Man United. There's no need to panic.
Yeah.
Win, lose or draw, we're going to be top of the table. Why risk a defeat at the altar of trying to go for a win? I know it's difficult to play for draws. I'm not saying you should go and play for a draw. But you just hinted at it there. Sometimes, do you need to be so gung-ho? You know what I mean? Do you need to be like borderline reckless? You need to be defensively responsible when you're going to a place like United because you know you're going to come under pressure. Like you said, playing that high line, you're inviting the ball over the top, you're inviting that slide rule pass. People like Ericsson and Bruno and guys like that are very good at that type of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to just shut up shop at the back, man. You know what I mean? Frustrate them. Hit them on the break with Martinelli and people like that. So, again, that is something that I highlighted before the game. I'm not trying to be football manager or wise after the event, but if you go back to the show we did and the shows I did on AFTV in the lead up to the game, I kept saying to people were saying to me, yeah, we go out there, you go showing that we're Arsenal, we're top of the table. I said, listen, we don't have to win.
Yeah,
make sure we don't lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big difference.
Yeah. Listen, it's one of them, innit? We could talk about it for hours. I think we'll get bantered for a few days. We'll have a lot to talk about, and they've got to bounce back. Everton next week. One positive, I said, Man City play Tottenham next week. So that's someone dropping points. United go to Palace. That's a tough game. We got Everton. We got to beat them and bounce back. But yeah, we got to make sure we don't get any more.
You know what it's like in football, like a lot of other sports. It's about momentum, and you're always worried that when a team gone on a 5-game winning run, they're unbeaten.
Yeah.
You suffer your first defeat, albeit it wasn't something that to be embarrassed about. It was a defeat with honour, in my opinion. But you do wonder psychologically, how does that affect those players? Now, we are at home for our next couple of games. So, hopefully the crowd will get behind them. I'm sure they will next weekend when we play Everton. But you know what I mean? That sort of high that you were on, you know what I mean? You're now taken down from that somewhat. How do you respond to that? I mean, let's face it, Everton are not going to be pushovers, I wouldn't have thought. So I watched their game against Liverpool yesterday. They were quite energetic. They were quite lively. I just think that sometimes, man, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You don't have to have this, we are going to win every single game. We're not Man City.
I totally agree with you on that.
When I had those sentiments before the game, I was being accused of being too negative. We're Arsenal, we're top of the table, we go out there, we show them. I'm like, bro, you don't have to win. This is not a must-win game. It's more a must-not-lose game. Don't you think?
I think Arsenal at 1-1 should have said, you know what, we're back in the game. United look rattled. Make sure your defense is tight. They say you're at your most vulnerable when you just score.
Exactly.
We're on the halfway line against Marcus Rashford. One pass, and he's one-on-one with a keeper. That, for me, is just naive defending.
And I wouldn't mind betting that Marcus Rashford is one of the quickest guys on the pitch. There are a few quick guys on that pitch today, but he's got to be one of the quickest, especially over, you know what I mean? Over
here as well, actually. Let's get him in.
What's happening, mate? I finished the stream, innit, so I could get back on. Sorry.
Yeah.
In other words, what I'm saying,
we're back to round up in a
I'll be interested.
I thought I'd come on for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. Give
I'll
us
be
your
interested
opinion.
in what Frank says. Is that play the percentages, cut out the unforced errors. and you come out of there today with a result because we did play well.
Yeah. Fran, what's your opinion? I mean, me and Laurie was debated. I don't know if you heard it.
I didn't hear it. No, I didn't hear it.
No, but it's fine. We were saying, look, was we naive at 1-1? Why are we on the halfway line? One through ball, Rashford's 1-on-1, couple other chances as well that they had, and also the lack of investment in the midfield. Is it coming back to bite us now as well?
I mean, that's the obvious answer at first straight away. You know what I mean? Like Laurie says, we've got a long way to go. But, I mean, I got stick. I said we'd lose 3-1. I got slandered on Twitter and things like that. And they asked me why. And I said, they're in good form, United. They're going to boss the midfield. We have no midfield. We haven't faced anyone decent yet this season. And we struggle to control games because we don't have experienced players. And as bad as United have been, they weren't great today. They still have experienced players. They still have players who have been at the top level for a long time. And I do think it's a little bit naive, but Saliba's confident that he's quick enough, etc. And players like that. But you're a big fan of Rashford. I'm a big fan of Rashford. And I always said if he finds form, he's going to get his 15, 20 goals again a season or whatever. Or he's going to be decent, should I say. And they found a little bit of form. And I just think we were naive. I really do think we're naive, and it's a squad game. And we've said this squad is not, for me, this squad will not get top 4. And I've said it before. So we needed reinforcements. I know people say you didn't want to panic buy because of Arteta's way that he wants to be, but we're playing with the big boys. The big boys panic buy. Yeah. So if we want to play with the big boys, we've got to go with the big boy rules.
100%.
But it's our first test and we failed. So let's see how we respond.
I think that's a bit harsh, man.
It's our first major test.
His first game of the season, away from home, in the cauldron. That was a test.
United's
you could say Palace, but the pre-season that we had, I didn't think we was going to lose against Palace.
But nevertheless, it was a test, though, wasn't it?
United's a level up from Palace, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
First real test was United. And we probably played him at the wrong time. Probably played him at the wrong time. Yeah, as well.
Brian, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. Do you not agree with me that the substitutions, if anything, disrupted Arsenal's balance and flow?
It's a funny one because obviously I was in and out of watching, and I watched Kurt as well, and I was sticking up for my client, banter wise, and it was like we need the subs. You did need a refresh. You needed something, and I thought the substitute were probably they were probably the right substitutes. Laurie, I got to be honest. Ødegaard, we know once we're down, he's not shooting. He's not the player to. He's got a little bit. We know that, but when you're playing United away, if we don't get the ball to him for struggling, so ESR can get it on the back 4 and maybe get us up the pitch 10, 15 yards. Lokonga's just not ready. I actually feel sorry for him. He's been thrown in at the deep end.
I don't say this to Laurie. Laurie said that Lokonga was outstanding today. I nearly smashed my laptop.
Well, I just feel sorry for him, but he can't really do much. But one thing about
no. To be fair,
all right, you're downgrading a bit. To be fair,
you can't hang me out to dry like that. I did use the word outstanding, but you've got to be in context. Curtis, right?
There we go.
He's trying to compare Lokonga.
No. You're putting words into my mouth there. I didn't.
No, but you referenced Partey a couple of times, saying that him not being there.
We ain't got a midfield without him.
Sandy was brought in to do the El Neni role, and I thought he did that well today.
He didn't even do the El Neni role today, I don't think.
My problem with players is, and I've been in that situation, and Curtis would have been as well. Some games you just think, I want the ball, but I don't really want the ball. And Lokonga played like that today. We're at Old Trafford. We're playing. He looked a little bit lost. He didn't do a lot wrong. It's not like he was poor on the ball. He just didn't want the ball enough. And I've got this pet hate about players not wanting the ball. So I think maybe it's a little bit too much for him. The level was too high for him, in my opinion. I don't think he's ready yet. And then obviously, I told you about Zinchenko. Great on the ball. Couldn't defend his misses. I honestly couldn't defend his misses. Like he can't defend. So we've got an issue there. Turney's better defender, but Zinchenko's better on the ball. So maybe Zinchenko would have been better in the middle, but has he got the mobility as Lokonga? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Hey, it's there already, man. Key said, Laurie, Samba was outstanding. 4th of September. To be
Listen,
fair,
man, I gave my honest assessment. I thought he had a good game. Maybe outstanding, yeah.
yeah, you downgraded it.
I'll downgrade it to good. I thought he had a good game, seriously.
But also,
yeah,
I don't blame the players a lot of the time.
I said
they're
that
thrown
as
in
well.
at the deep end.
He got thrown in.
He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. And the manager needs to be aware of that. And the manager should have known about that in the transfer window. That we may lose our hold on the positions we need to be towards the end of the seasons in this 10-week or just before the World Cup or 2 weeks after the World Cup if we don't get someone in. And all of a sudden, you don't want to be 15 points away or 10 points away. You know, that's my only issue with it. But it's going to be interesting. Teams are going to drop points. We know some people got tricky games next week, etc. But I feel sorry for Sambi. I've got to be honest. I feel sorry for him at times. Don't
you think it's interesting, Fran, that Arteta and Edu, both centre midfielders, Edu was an invincible, and yet they it's unbelievable that they look at that midfield and think like, yes, we've got enough. You know, Partey's injured a lot. Xhaka went back to Xhaka today. You know, like you say all the time, Fran, the engine room. You know, you got to go against these De Bruynes and Fabinho's and Rodri's. Why have we not got a better midfield?
It baffles me. I absolutely, I don't know, because out of every position in world football, the most popular position is the centre midfielder. Yeah. If you go to any club, you're just swarmed with centre midfielders. Swarmed. Because it's a position where games are won and lost and titles are won and lost. So Edu, midfielder, Arteta, midfielder. I don't understand why they've not got players. You know, Paqueta goes to West Ham. I'm not saying he's the man, but surely this play, you know, Melo goes to Liverpool. Surely there's players that want to come to Arsenal that we can get. And surely there was a list of 5. Surely there was 5 midfielders
that would have been better than what
we got. You mentioned Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley's better than what we've got.
Mate, people think I'm joking when I'm saying
Ross
that.
Barkley is a better footballer.
Better than Lokonga.
But he's going to want to go out a lot. He's going to want to go out a lot.
Yeah, he's going to enjoy London. Hey, and check this, said, yeah. So Ornstein just tweeted, Smith Rowe appeared to pull up with an injury after the game in the warm down. He looked distressed and was accompanied back to the changing room. I mean, that's all you need, innit? So he was arm round him, pulled out of the warm down. He's had muscular injury problems.
This was the worry, wasn't it? This was always going to be the worry. Injuries.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, it's like you say, like Laurie said, the problem is 1 or 2 injuries, and all of a sudden we're scrambling. We're scrambling. You know, Partey gets injured. If Ødegaard is not, Ødegaard's probably never going to shoot, and when he does shoot, it's not great. Even though he scored 3, I don't know how he scored 3 goals, but ESR is the only other 10 that we've got maybe who wants to get the ball and run at a back 4. Vieira, I'm not sure about. I've not seen enough of him, so I can't really say. And then if Partey gets injured for a long time, we don't know when he's going to be ready. Jesus is either going to, if he's just going to keep being the battering ram, he's going to have niggles. He's going to struggle.
Yeah.
These things that I think, why have they not sorted? This is a perfect opportunity. And I know it's only 1 game, and I know we can't be doom and gloom. But for me, I was surprised when some people were disrespecting Man United. Yeah. I was very surprised.
Laurie was saying this on the show, to be fair. Like, man would say, oh, we'll slap Man U. I'm like, and Laurie was like, yo, man. And a lot of man was saying, yeah, 3-0, we'll beat Man U 3-0. I'm like, when do we ever beat Man U 3-0?
Old Trafford?
Nah.
Fran, I was accused of being negative when I said I'll take a draw today. People said I was being negative. We're top of the table, we're Arsenal, let's go there. It's very easy to say that. But, you know, we all know that United were on the back of, coming into this game, back of 3 straight wins.
Brand new signing, 100 million euro signing.
And they're signing today, their star man, he scored today. I mean, look at the atmosphere in the ground. It was always going to be difficult today. And I just thought that there was a time in the game when we were playing well, we had it under control, and, you know, a couple of things went against us. For example, the disallowed goal. Why that was disallowed? That was ridiculous. That was just a little coming together. And what players are doing nowadays, they're being very clever. If they lose the ball in transition, what they'll do, they'll stay down, hold their leg, hold their head.
Because they know it's going to go to VAR.
Blow up, even if it goes to VAR. See, what they'll do, immediately, I was watching today with interest. Immediately that Saka or whoever puts that ball in, I saw Bruno run about 20, 30 yards. He's castigating the referee. Go to VAR. Go, there was a foul. There was a foul. And it worked.
Yeah. Was that Mendy yesterday? Crazy one with Mendy.
And especially with the bigger teams at home, they're going to get those type of things.
See, the thing is, for example, so that today is a soft foul.
Yeah.
So when it goes to VAR, they're thinking, wait a minute, if that foul, if we don't give that, there's a goal. The easy option is to give the soft foul.
Yeah.
Because then there's no argument, because it is a soft foul. There's no argument. Whereas
and the thing is, he never gave it straight away. It was because of Bruno's and the other players' harassment. Yeah. He goes over to the VAR, and immediately you got to think his mindset is, well, maybe they're onto something.
Yeah, that's the thing. When they say go and look at it,
you know what I mean?
And it's just and as refs, because I'm not going to go into the refs. I never blame refs. Only when I played, I hated refs. But those days are over now, so I'm all right. But it's a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
If the ref in his mind, he's already kind of made his mind up. He's unaware that he has the ability to change his mind. It's a subconscious thing. They're just humans. So they're still going to get things wrong. Like that one yesterday with Mendy. If you've played football, you know 1,000,000% that is nowhere near a foul.
Yeah.
You know. You also know that Callum Willock did not foul
Joe Willock. Yeah. He got pushed, didn't he?
He gets pushed into the goalkeeper. If you played the game, you don't even have to have played the game to see that. Now, even when the ref goes and sees that, how he's not seen that yesterday is beyond me. But then today you say, well, at the end of the day, he's clipped him. It's soft, but he's touched him. So then there's no argument. You know what I mean? So
I get what you're saying. I think refs now are using VAR as a cop-out. And I think with what Laurie's saying there, it's like, as a ref, he didn't give the foul on the pitch. But then these guys are going, oh, no, you better go and look at that on the screen. So he's thinking already, maybe I should give a free kick because they must think it's a foul. Yeah. So I feel like there's no point having a ref on the pitch anymore. You might as well
the mindset of the referee is being changed because you've got players in your ear, 5, 6 of them. You've got the crowd on your case. Go and look at VAR. Go and look at VAR. Once he's looked at it and seen, yes, there is a contact.
He knows he can't give him. Yeah, he has to give him.
He was too easily swayed. Yeah. And it was the same thing with Mendy yesterday. Mendy lost control of that ball. Yes, there was a little bit of coming together with him. The guy tried to jump over him. He's clipped his shoulder. Mendy's gone down like he's been shot at close range. Ridiculous.
And he knows.
Perfectly good goal and it gets wiped out.
And Mendy knows because he stayed down, the ref has got a decision. Well, actually, if he wasn't hurt, he would have got up. So he must be hurt. It's all mind games. Refs have not played. Refs have very rarely played ball as well. Yeah. So they're coached in a different way to how the game's going. That's why they get so many things wrong. But you know, it weren't the ref today. At the end of the day, we were second best all over the pitch. But again, the worrying thing is for me is United weren't great and we still got beat.
3-1 as well. If you didn't watch the game today and you just check that on your phone, you'd go 3-1. It looks like
I personally don't think that was a 3-1 game, to be honest.
It wasn't. It wasn't, but it ended.
But on that note, guys, I'm going to have to leave you.
No worries. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, bro. Speak to you guys. And man of the match, Sambi Lokonga.
No, check. Get him off. Get him off.
Man United's man of the match.
See you guys later.
See you later. Oh man.
Jokes.
Brian, I nearly fell off my chair when he said Sambi was outstanding. It was brilliant.
You know what Laurie's like, mate. He calls it up the banner. I think he gets the views up. He just comes.
He's on the wind up, isn't he?
He's a wind up, mate.
Yeah, man. But hey,
what was you saying about the game then? Because I've not really. Obviously, I had to do this quick stream for the crypto members, so I just had time to come back on. What was you saying about the game? Because obviously during the game you're hyped. Ron was laughing his head off. He went, "Why is Curtis always shouting, Dad? Why is he not calm?" I said, "Listen,
I thought I was quite calm today, to be honest." No, it's one of them. Like, it's one of them, innit, Fran? Like, I just don't think we should have lost 3-1. And you know yourself, innit, Fran? You can't put a price on know-how. You look at Ericsson today, free transfer from Brentford. I mean, he's had heart issues. Most people wouldn't have touched him. I'm not saying we should have signed him, but today he's bossed the game, got on the ball, got man of the match. You look at our midfield, I just think we're just immature in there for me. Just not enough maturity in there.
I just don't, you know what, Kurt? I can't be honest. People think maybe I'm harsh or whatever, but our players are. People will say, "Well, how many?" I think it was something on Robbie, and I think it's 2 Man United fans were on. I think Flex was on, and there was 2 Arsenal fans on.
Yeah,
I seen it just before I come on, and they were saying, and Robbie said to them, "Who you worried about Arsenal?" And I mean, who you worried from the Arsenal players? And they said, "Listen, obviously we've got to be worried about Jesus." And I think they said, I can't remember who else they said. I think it said someone else. And then Robbie asked the Arsenal fans, and they went, "I just got to worry about the ref. We've got nothing to worry about." And I thought, you can't honestly believe that. Like, look at Man United's squad. Like, surely you can't believe that. You've got to be fearful of those players. And when you look at their squad and you look at our squad, I got to be honest, you're more fearful of their squad if they're on form than you are our squad. If you're honest, do you know what I mean? Like, so I just think that when I look at other teams, a squad, yes, we've got the odd individual, but we're just not as good. I just don't think we're as good. So when pundits have a little go at us and when pundits say certain things about us, I think they're just thinking that what other people, maybe non-Arsenal fans, are thinking is that we've done all right at the minute, but there's a long way to go. And we're not going to be able to roll it with the big boys for the course of the season. I think that's what most people think. And
you know what, Frank?
It's painful for people to say that, but I think that's what most people, especially if they're non-Arsenal fans, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what it is, Fran? Like, listen, you make great points there. And me, even as an Arsenal fan, I think, you've been a player. Sometimes a team turns up, they play average, but them couple of top players will win you the game. They're just on that different level. I look at Arsenal and I think we're a good team. We're a collective group. We've got a lot of talent and potential. I look at us and I think on bad days, how many individuals can just grab a game and rip someone and win it for you? You look at United, Rashford can win you a game. Sancho, Ronaldo, Anthony, Spurs got Kane, Chelsea got Sterling. There's loads of them. At Arsenal, our best attacking threats are Jesus, who is a good player, very good player. And then you got young players, Saka, Martinelli, Smith-Rowe. So I just think we're relying on players that aren't at that level yet to just go and grab big games and win them.
Well, we look at Ødegaard for that. And as good as, I like it. As good as Ødegaard is, he is not the level of the other players in the other teams. He's not Kevin De Bruyne level. He's not Bruno Fernandes level. He's not who's whoever's in the Spurs team or the Chelsea. He's not at a Ziyech level, and Ziyech was not even playing at Chelsea. These players all of a sudden do get the ball on the edge of the box and are ruthless and do score on that. So as much as I'm a fan of Ødegaard, banter-wise I stick up for him sometimes too much. He's not at the level as the other players in the top 4 who they rely on.
Yeah.
And I don't think our other players are. I don't think our other players are who if you name 3 or 4 players that we look to when them games are 0-0 or when someone really needs to roll those sleeves up and boss that position, we are not on the same level as the top 4, in my opinion. And I think it shows. And I think it shows because we're building this team to get there in the future. Whereas everyone else is like, listen, this is football. We ain't got no time for no Kalana payment and labor in that. We got to do it now. This is football.
You're a crypto man, so but listen, the thing, and I've said this so long. I've said this for so long. Arsenal are building a team that probably in a couple of years we're going to be like, yeah, great, cool, that's a great team. But it only takes Man City to go, Mahrez 31, need a right winger, Saka will take him. Klopp might go, Martinelli will take it. And all of a sudden, this project that you think is going to take 3-4 years is just going to break. You've got to get players for now. Do it now. Build a team now. They can't all be little youths.
Well, if they do well, this is what people forget. If they do well and big dogs come calling for you, they leave.
Yeah.
You know, if Saka gets to this level that everyone wants him to get to, and he's at a level where he could perform in a City team, they're going to come knocking. Liverpool are going to come knocking. Madrid, Barcelona are going to come knocking. And then all of a sudden, what you're building your team around, Jesus goes and gets 30 goals, which I don't think he will, but he might get 30 goals. Someone else is coming knocking.
Yeah.
Because a 30-goal striker is 100 million. You know? So all this building thing is, I get it. You got to build. I get it. You got to build. But I also think building in the Premier League, I don't think anyone's ever done it from youth. Can you remember a team that's? I mean,
probably United, Ferguson, Beckham. That was how long ago? That was 20 years ago.
That was it. That's 20 years ago. 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Because people ain't got time. Scott Parker 9-0 out the window. Brendan Rodgers don't get a result, he'll be out the window. Do you know what I mean? Cooper spent 155 million at Forest. If they don't start winning, it'll be out the window. So that's the thing about football. And I think that's why we get frustrated as fans. I get all that. I get it. I get the process. I get the mindset. I get the philosophy. But you don't win in 5-6 games. Ain't no one bothered about the philosophy. Ain't no one bothered about Project Youth.
Yeah.
Ain't no one bothered about all the kits. We need some results. So listen, it's not all doom and gloom. Listen, we're still top of the league. I get that. But there's things that we should look at that game and say, we have got issues if we don't sort them out.
Yeah. And right now, with the window closed, how do you sort them out?
Well, you got to wait till January.
Yeah.
You can't even get no one in.
And January is a hard window, man.
Yeah. It's a tricky one. It really is.
Listen,
it's a tricky one.
We don't need to press the panic button, but certainly there's things Arsenal need to be mindful of. You know, Smith Rowe gets injured after the game in the cool down. You know,
he's always injured recently, though.
He is, isn't he? Even on the tour, like, didn't play. I was like, what's going on with him? And have you heard? There's a lot of people. I don't know if you ever heard. A lot of people say Smith Rowe doesn't live very good off the pitch. Apparently, he looks Nando's, eats loads of chocolate. He doesn't. You know what I mean?
did hear that.
Yeah,
he don't look like. I know, obviously, he's mixed, but he don't look like he's got that strong Caribbean gene where we stay skinny, man, no matter what.
Yeah, when you're in your 20s, as you know what I mean, as a Caribbean man, you eat whatever you want.
You can eat what you want, mate.
It just falls off. It changes.
I don't think he's got that strong gene, but apparently his mum used to cook him certain foods, and then he got a chef. And then apparently the chef has not always been with him, and he was going Nando's too much and all this kind of stuff. Apparently, these things, and normally that's what happens. And if you're a player where you have to watch what you eat, because there's many players that have to do really, really a lot what they have to eat, or or you're not blessed. You know, you was always blessed. I was always blessed. You know, I hardly got injured. I was always flexible. I was just lucky. I could go and mash up, have Jaeger bombs on Tuesday and train on a Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could do that, but
not
lot
everyone
of people are not do that. And it seems like if he don't look after himself, he could keep breaking down, and that's going to then start and stop his career. And then before you know it, we mentioned it on the last stream, 5 years down the line, we'll say, boy, man, Smith Rowe, man, he never did what he's supposed to do. He got that deal and that was it.
Yeah, so it can happen. It can happen.
And it happens. So listen, they'll be doing everything to try and look after him. He wants to be the best player, of course, but not playing, thinking, how's he going to get in this starting 11? Yeah. What's he like mentally? You know, he needs a good team around him. He needs good people around him. So hopefully he's got a good family base and, you know, they're around him and that, because it is concerning. It is concerning. I'm not going to lie. It's concerning with ESR at the minute. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this and then we'll round up, right? Khalid's asking about Arteta.
Already?
Yeah. Listen, anyone watch me today? I think I've been quite calm. If I had tweeted Arteta out after... Yeah, man, I didn't say
buzzing,
no.
Innit? You was buzzing.
Yeah, I'm trying to... We're top of the league, innit? So I have to relax. But with Arteta, I mean, like I said, we don't have to panic straight away. But have you still got questions with him in terms of, is the recruitment his fault? I mean, you've been an agent. Is it more, would it be more Edu? Would it be Arteta? Would it be Josh? Where do you think it kind of, you know what I mean? Where would it
I don't think it's anything to do with the owners. I know a lot of people were owners. But they've provided recently. I know people might say 3 years ago or 2 years ago, but at the end of the day, they've gave them what they've asked for that we know of. They've supported this journey of Project Youth. They've supported this journey of being a certain way. So we can't really, what can we really say about the Kroenkes? You know what I mean? One thing you could say, and you've mentioned it last time, is if I've got a business and for example, if I employ someone on the crypto side of things and they're not doing their job, it's my job to say you're not getting the right results. So the Kroenkes, you could say they gave him too much. They've gave him too much. He's been comfortable. He's not had much answers to answer to, questions to answer. But I like what they're doing, but I don't think Arsenal or the Premier League is the league to be doing it. Brentford did it, but Brentford were in the Championship. Do you know what I'm saying? They did all that, get players young, look for this psychology stuff, and it worked for them over a 3, 4, 5 year period. I just don't think Man United. I don't think Arsenal is the club to be trying to do all this, because before you know it, this is my thing. Before you know it, by the time you think you've got a settled team, everyone else is strengthened.
Yeah, totally.
And then you're playing catch up again. And then by the time you thought, "Oh, right, I've got this player," they've gone and got, Man City. I know it's Man City, and I know they got Paul, but we need the best striker in the world. We couldn't get Kane one season, so we didn't wait around for him the next minute. We went and got the best striker in the world. Okay, I know it's Man City. Liverpool will probably go and get reinforcements. Spurs not playing. Checkbooks coming out left, right, and centre. Chelsea not playing again. 258 million, what have they spent this month? Because football is about, a lot of it is what players can you bring in and what wages can you pay. And we are going about it in this clever way, but only time will tell whether that will be the work. Because what's the end goal? Because you're not going to win the league.
Yeah, it's true.
So when does so what's the result for? Oh, that worked. What do you know what I mean? If someone, I wouldn't know. What? Oh, that works. What, second, third? Like, I don't know what I know what the end goal is in their mind, but the philosophy and the way that we're going about it, I just don't. I get it, but I don't think it's for Arsenal in the Premier League, and I've always said that. Always said that. But why it's working, you have to respect that, because that's a tough job that they're doing, and they're brave to do that. Do you know what I mean? They're brave to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, listen, and this is why with me, I said the transfer window, I gave it 6 out of 10, because I felt we could have signed more players that have an instant impact on this team. I think you sign Basuma, or you sign whoever, top midfielder. You get a winger that pushes Saka. I think that pushes the team. I think Zinchenko and Jesus were good. The other 3 have all got question marks. We're all sort of sitting here, and I'm not writing Fabio Vieira off, but we're saying, did we really need a lightweight number 10 for 35 million? When we got Odegaard, when we got ESR, could that 35 million have gone on a centre midfielder or another striker or another winger? So I agree with what you're saying. The Prem don't care about no process, because Chelsea will spend $250 million in one window. United will spend $250 Chelsea. So it's like, I think Arsenal will be better than they were last season, but will that be good enough to get us in the top 4? And I still think there's big doubts over that, because 11 players won't get you in the top 4. You need 18, 19 players who can all perform. And I think our bench is very weak at the moment.
That's what I think. I think, are we better as a team than last year? Yeah. But will that still be enough to get you top 4? That's the key. That's the key question. And people will say, yeah, but we did all right last year. We got, this team's better, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have a better season or get more points tally. So this for me was the first test today. Yeah. And we failed it, and it might sound harsh, but the reality is it says 3-1 on the scoreboard, which means you failed it. Yeah, that's the reality, Yeah. So back to the drawing board for them.
Listen, Europa League game Thursday, should be able to rotate, should win. Everton at home next Sunday. I know they got a good point against Liverpool, but you'd still expect them to bounce back and win that. Really,
good game to have at Everton next.
Yeah, it's a good game. So listen, Fran, appreciate you coming on. I know he just done a crypto stream. Make sure you go and follow his football channel, FFTV, and he's got
time for a run now, son. Time for a run.
That's it, man. And he's got a crypto channel, Astronaut Fran. So go and follow him. He knows what he's on about, and spoke a lot of sense, mate. I needed you to settle things down after Laurie gave Sambi man of the match.
Laurie, mate.
Big up to you, bro.
Laurie's jokes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Jokes. Hey, appreciate you coming on, Fran.
No worries, man. Big love to you and the community, man. You take care.
All the best. Take care, bro. Yeah, big up, Fran. Top, man. And listen, big up to everyone for tuning in. As always, been an entertaining stream, but yeah, disappointing one in the end. 3-1 defeat. Before we get out of here, download OneFootball, link in the description. Although I wouldn't want many updates after we just lost 3-1 to United. So yeah, but still download it. Do me a good one. Don't forget, 12 o'clock tonight, Football Content Awards, voting finishers. Links in the description. Get voting, support the channel, like the video, subscribe. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Is it a normal show or is it Arsenal therapy? I think it's Arsenal therapy. We lost 3-1 to United. I'm sorry, people. I think it's Arsenal therapy. That hurts. 2 p.m. tomorrow. Arsenal therapy. We'll discuss it. Press conference reaction. Pure waffle from Arteta. And I'll see you all tomorrow. We played all right, but we lost 3-1. It's not good enough. They should have signed players on Thursday, people. But the window's closed now. Ross Barkley on a free, anyone? I'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Bless.